Pero pwede pumasok sila dito sa
Namumula din ka mo na mo.
Dito sa kabila. Dito.
Well, nagtatay sa ulo mo.
Kaya nga eh.
Meron kang clear shot ka. Kaya sa mga yung nakatayo buhok ko.
Ngayon nga lang ako nag-gel set sa tanang buhay ko eh.
Masakay pa ka lahat ng mic. Talaga. Nasa pagtimati.
Medyo natin.
Pero wala pang ngayon pa kasi rinig ka namin lahat. Hindi namin mas maganda. Bilas. Sir?
Bigat ng mga mic na to, babagsak to. Mali.
Sa harap. Doon sa harap.
Labo naman ito, nakakainis.
Doon sa depan para matanda siya. Ano nga naman, nandun siya sa puwan sa akin.
Oh, yun na sinabi. Nandito na.
Susumpa naman yan dun, yun yung picture eh.
Sige, tanong ko.
Excited din, no?
Kaya na pa may bumaksak pa yung... Hindi, dumudulas. Dapat niti.
Kaya ko lang nahaba yung cord mo. Para hindi kami na ano. Ano mo doon kuya? Ano mo doon sa likod? Itali mo rito.
Ganyan lang.
This hearing is now in order. This is the Committee on Blue Ribbon or Accountability of Public Officers. I believe we have a guest here, and I'd like to say good morning to everybody, particularly Senator Lacson, Senator Soto, Senator Pacquiao, and others who may be attending soon. This is a time of budget, that's why a lot of people are wondering why sometimes there are very few senators attending. It's only because this is the budget season, and now we have a lot more people here, and I'm very happy for that. Attorney Concho, in as much as our ComSec is on leave, please go ahead and proceed and introduce all the witnesses and resource persons.
Good morning, Your Honors. Present in today's hearings, among those who are invited, are from the Commission on Audit. Attorney Michael Aguinaldo is represented by Ms. Emilia T. Castillo. From the Bureau of Customs, we have Commissioner Isidro S. La Peña, and then we also have Captain Gerardo Gambala, Attorney Mandy Anderson, Mr. Stanley Pascual, Mr. Rainier Ragos, Mr. Joel Pinawin, and Mr. Mike Saban. From the National Bureau of Investigation, Your Honor, we have in attendance Mr. Vicente A. de Guzman III. From PIDEA, ASEC Ricardo C. Quinto is represented by Mr. Norman Balquedra.
Excuse me, will you please, will all the new witnesses please occupy the seats in front?
All those mentioned who are present, could you please occupy the seats in front? We'll just take out the other. Permission to proceed, Your Honor.
I'd like to raise their hands so that we would know who they are.
Okay.
Just a moment, when your name is called, please.
Permission to start again, Your Honor, so that they can identify themselves.
As soon as they sit down, as soon as everybody settled down. All right, you may proceed.
Okay. From the Commission on Audit, Your Honor, representing Attorney Michael Aguinaldo, Mr. Emiliana T. Castillo. Ms.
Where's Ms.
Castillo.
Castillo? Can you
Okay,
please sit down?
Sit down in front, please. From the Bureau of Customs, Commissioner Isidro S. La Peña.
Welcome and congratulations. I don't know if I should congratulate you.
Thank you, sir. We also have Captain Gerardo Gambala, who's present. Attorney Mandy Anderson. Mr. Stanley Pascual. Mr. Stanley Pascual.
He's not here?
He was...
Yes, Mr. Pascual is
Ito na
coming.
po. Mr. Stanley Pascual is here. Mr. Rainier Ragos. Mr. Joel Pinawin. Mr. Joel Pinawin.
Mr. Pinawin, where are you?
Mr. Pinawin. Okay. Mr. Mike Saban.
President.
From the National Bureau of Investigation, Your Honor, we have Mr. Vicente A. de Guzman. From the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, we have representing ASEC Ricardo Quinto is Mr. Norman Balquedra. Thanks, sir. From the Manila International Airport Authority, Mr. Allen A. Capuyan. From the City Government of Davao, Your Honor, we also have in attendance Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, but
Who was the last one you called?
Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, Your Honor.
Who is Vice Mayor Duterte?
Taking his seat, Your Honor.
Well, Duterte, will you please raise your hand, please?
Oh,
So I can recognize you. I have not met you. That's all. Thank you. I just wanted to recognize you. Who else?
proceeding, Your Honor. From the Chamber of Customs Brokerage, we have representing Attorney Fernande Nage, we have Attorney Norberto V. Castillo. Attorney Castillo, please take a seat, please. Thank you. From EMP Trading, Your Honor, we have Irene May Tatan. Also in attendance, Mr. Chairman, is Mr. TJ Marceliana, Mr. Mark Taguba, Mr. Richard Tan Chen Julong, who's in the gallery, Mr. Ruben Taguba, Mr. Eduardo C. Dio, from the and also, lastly, Mr. Chairman, we have Attorney Maneses Reyes Carpio.
Who is Mr. Carpio? Is that it?
These are all the guests who are in attendance.
I see Mr. Manili.
Oh,
Manili, come in.
in addition, Your Honor, Mr. Dennis Paniego just arrived.
Where is Mr. Maniego? Where is Mr. Maniego?
Mr. Dennis Paniego, Ayan, sir. Could we ask you to take your seat, please? And Mr. Manny also, sir.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
We invited others like Captain Faldon. Is he coming? Can you please make a report on the people we invited who are not here?
Sir, we just received the letter this
And then we
time.
subpoena them, right?
Yes, sir. The subpoena was duly served, Your Honor.
You deserve. Did he receive it?
Yes, the House helped receive for him, sir, and we just received a letter from no.
Kung ongoing na tayo. Hindi mo pa ako. Kanina.
We received a letter this morning, Your Honor, saying it's a, Your Honor, it's a lengthy letter. Would you like me to read in total or just the gist?
Yes.
You will not be able to attend, Your Honor.
For what reason?
I will read the few portions, sir. Your Honors, I will attend all investigations to be conducted by a competent court anytime, anywhere when cases are filed against me. In fact, I have appealed to the President and both houses of Congress for the immediate conduct of trial by a competent court to hear and decide all cases involving the drug shipment and the allegations of corruption in the Bureau of Customs so that justice will be served. I am attaching a waiver, RA 1405, entitled An Act prohibiting disclosure or inquiry into deposits of any banking institution and providing penalty therefore. This waiver shall assist you in your investigation. You are free to look into all my bank accounts. All my brothers, sisters, nephews, and nieces are also willing to sign a waiver of their bank accounts. Just say the word. Your Honor, I have the highest respect for the Senate as an institution. That is why I attended 2 hearings, even with just an invitation, hoping that my side will also be heard. However, after said 2 hearings, I was not given a chance to fully explain my side. I was expecting that I would be given enough time and opportunity to be heard so that the Senate and the public will know what happened. Skipping through the other paragraphs, Your Honor. Here he says, I strongly urge those senators and congressmen to immediately file their cases against me and the rest of my team so that justice will be served. I continue to have highest respect for the Senate as an institution, but I no longer have faith in the impartiality of some of its members who have lied to malign me and other innocent resource persons. Skipping once again, Your Honor. This is not to defy the Senate as an institution. This is a way of protesting. I want my team and I to be the last victims of baseless accusations, persecution, and condemnation. You can find me at the following addresses. And he mentions 2 addresses, Your Honor. Again, Your Honor, this is in protest to protect my rights and the rights of innocent resource persons currently invited and those who will be invited in the future. This is not to defy the Senate as an institution which I continue to respect. I am only pursuing the clarification of the limitation of what can and cannot be said by both houses during privileged speeches and what can and cannot be done during House inquiries against invited persons. Respectfully, Nicanor Faldon, Your Honor.
All right, is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right, the chair will entertain any motion to render him in contempt. But in the meantime, I'd like to have a discussion with all the senators later on as to what we do about the case of Mr. Faldon. The remarks are contemptuous. He has been properly invited and there's been a subpoena. And although he has some grievances, I would like the Senate to properly address this particular matter because some of the remarks may be taken into consideration. And I'd like to take that into serious consideration. Therefore, I will not hold the ruling unless there are any other objections to that effect. I will call a hearing. I will call a meeting immediately afterwards or maybe call a recess if anybody wants to do so right now. Any comments from the
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
may I just suggest that we take up that particular issue in an executive session among the members?
Yes, of course. That
Thank you,
was
Mr.
the
Chairman.
intention. That's why I wanted the research. In the meantime, the following senators are in the floor: Senator Trillanes and Senator Aquino. we shall now proceed with the hearing. We'd like to thank all those witnesses who came here without need of subpoena. There was much said about having come here on invitation. That is always welcome. The subpoena is a last recourse only. Ginagamit lamang natin yan pagka kailangan ng talagang tawagin ang isang testigo at kung hindi haharap, meron mga sanctions dyan. In the meantime, we welcome all those who came here and I'd like to proceed post stage. Mr. Lacson has made the reservation to speak. Go ahead, Mr. Lacson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My first question is addressed to the newly installed...
Excuse me, Senator Lacson. My fault. We'd like to administer the oath to those who have not been here yet, who have not been administered the note to.
Could we please request all those who are attending the hearing for the first time to...
Can you name them by names, please, individually, and let the record state who they are?
Mr. Alan A. Kapuyan,
Mr. Kapuyan is on the left side with the checkered shirt.
and
Mr. Saban,
Vice Mayor Duterte, and Attorney Man Scarpio, and Mr. Ruben Taguba, sir.
all right, please raise your right hand.
Please raise your right hand.
Point of clarification, pardon for interrupting. Is this the continuation of the 6.4 billion shabu shipment, or is this hearing called because of the privileged speech that I delivered last August 23?
All
Just a
right.
point of clarification, Mr.
Yeah,
Chairman.
well taken. This
Because
is
if this is a new hearing, then we might as well, require everybody to take their oath.
This is a continuation of the previous hearing. The report has been pending for the last several weeks, and we have only held on it because there are new matters that keep coming up. In the meantime, what is the pleasure of the other senators? Would you like
Well,
us
if that's
to...
the case, then I withdraw my motion if there was a motion.
Do you speak in the microphone, please?
Madam, please. Please.
Mr. Chairman,
Kaharang.
the way I understand it is that indeed you may continue with the original committee intention, but then you have mentioned that we are shifting also and including the privileged speech of Senator Lacson, and therefore we will probably, just to make sure, let's have everybody again take their oath. I think that will be the proper thing to do, and that is the intention of Senator Lacson asking.
The point is well taken. Let me make the clarification. On the matter of drugs, we're almost completed. I just want to make sure that we tie up some loose ends, especially some of the witnesses have finally arrived that we've been waiting for. And we wanted to see Mr. Faildon. That's why we are still tarrying on this issue. But the point suggested has been made, and I would like to request everybody, with apologies, to stand up, including all those who have been given previous oaths, who have rendered their oaths previously, as well as the new ones who are here. Will everybody please stand up here? Let the record state that all those previously invited have taken their oaths, but they'll take new oaths right now. Go ahead.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation? Please say, I do to you. Let the record state that they have all answered in the affirmative, Your Honor.
Let the record state accurately and state their name on the record one by one. Mr. Manny Lee. Can you please speak on the microphone?
Attorney Castillo,
Attorney Castillo. Mr. Richard Chan.
Mr.
Chan. And then go ahead, please, Mr.
Mr. Kapuyan, yes.
Are you still a general or a colonel or what? Retired colonel. Thank you. Please sit down when I call your name. And also,
Mr. Saban.
no, colonel. Are you a colonel or a...
No, sir.
Somebody said you were a colonel. Are you a civilian?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your name?
Michael Saban, Your Honor.
Michael
Michael Saban.
Saban. Yes. Sit down.
Attorney Mandy Anderson.
I do.
Yes. Sit down.
Attorney Guzman.
Thank you, Director.
Thank you, sir.
I do, sir.
Thank you, Deputy Gambala. And the new Commissioner of Customs.
Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Vice Mayor, Attorney Carpio.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney Carpio.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Ms. Castillo.
Norman
Mr.
Banquera.
Babquedra. Thank you.
I do.
Thank you. What's your name, ma'am? Excuse me, I'm
Emiliana Castillo.
Emiliana Castillo.
Emiliana Castilian, ma'am. Thank you.
I do, sir. From COA, Danilo Esniel, sir.
Yes.
From COE.
Yes,
Miss
Mr. Taguba.
Tatag.
Tatag.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Marceliana.
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Marceliano.
Mr. Taguba.
I do, Your Honor.
Taguba Singh.
Mr. Ruben Taguba, welcome.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And Kenneth Dong, thank you. Right, let the record state also that Senator Pacquiao is also here. Mr. Stanley
Mr.
Cole,
Stanley Ko.
there are still seats here. Can you come down?
Mr. Ramos.
Mr. Pinawin. Was Mr. Pinawin here earlier?
Pinawin.
Would the Sergeant at Arms look for Mr. Pinawin and Mr. Rainier? Please state your name.
Rainier.
There's a microphone.
Rainier Ramos, Your Honor.
Ragos.
Tama ko rin yan. Sasaktan na kita.
Mr. Pinawin is here? Di ba si Mr. Pinawin? Nandiyan kanina. Pakitawag mo nga. Oh, is here. May we respectfully suggest that any witness who will excuse himself, please properly do so, so we don't have to look for you. Does everybody understand, please? Mr. Pinawin, you are not supposed to go out unless we tell you to do so. Raise your hand.
Mr. Pinawin.
Raise your hand.
Could you please,
Take your oath.
do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation?
All right. Senator Lacson is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I said earlier, my first question will be addressed to the newly installed Bureau of Customs Commissioner and the other officials of the Customs Bureau. And this is actually the central issue in my previous speech. Is there corruption in the Bureau of Customs? That's my question.
There is, Your Honor.
Kindly elucidate.
Well, when I assumed as the Commissioner of Customs, the information I got is there was this TARA system. And the TARA system is actually a lagay system to facilitate the movement of the goods of certain businessmen. But this has
With the permission of Senator Lacson, Dennis Banyago, where are you? Dennis Banyago, are you here? Will you please sit down? And I believe Miss Emily Anoche is also here. Is that correct? You just please raise your right hand also and repeat after the concept.
Mr. Maniego, pwedeng mag-oath po tayo pati.
Ayun si Emily.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation? Please.
Please proceed, Senator Lacson. Thank you.
May I also pose the same question to Director Gambala. Is there corruption in the Bureau of Customs?
As far as I know, sir, when I arrived in the Bureau of Customs, sir, there are issues regarding extortion, sir, harassment, as well as issues that to people will help importers or other unscrupulous persons for to undertake smuggling, sir, or technical smuggling, sir. That's the issues I was confronted or I was told when I was arriving in the Bureau of Customs, sir.
Meron bang para system sa customs?
Yes, sir, that's what I heard, sir.
Attorney Mandy?
Yes, Your Honor, there's a tara system in the Bureau of Customs.
Can you provide more details, please?
When we sat, Your Honor, I had the opportunity to talk to different rank and file employees, and some of them would mention that there was a system of distribution of money, but there was that was all I got from them.
Regular.
Yes, regular.
In other words, tara. Yung sinasabi ni... Yung
They didn't call it tara. They just said there was a regular distribution of money.
Sir Pinawin, is there corruption in the Bureau of Customs?
Yes, Your Honor. Kaya nga po nakalabas yung 605 kilos ng shabu sa Bureau of Customs, Your Honor.
Provide more details. Kasi ikaw, gaano katagal ka na sa Bureau of Customs? Unlike Director Gambala, Attorney Mandy, halos mahigit 1 taon lang sila doon eh. No? Ikaw ang mas maganda tanungin. Ilang taon ka na dyan sa Bureau of Customs?
Sir, I entered Bureau of Customs sa December of 2009, Your Honor.
2009, 2017. Okay, sige. Ituloy mo yung detalye ng corruption sa Bureau of Customs.
Excuse me, sa introduction. He said, kaya nga nakalabas yung droga.
Tales, Mr. Chairman.
Pakisabi mo kung bakit.
Sir, during the previous hearings, it was highlighted na kaya po nakalabas yung 605 kilos ng shabu dahil dumaan po dun sa green lane. So since ito po ay general merchandise, so supposed to be galing China, so supposed to be ito po ay dapat under sa red lane. So ang sinasabi po nila, kaya po nagiging green, may nababayaran po sa Bureau of Customs kaya pumapasok sa green lane, Your Honor.
Sino mga binabayaran? Para makalabas ang isang kargamento o para dumaan sa green lane, sino yung dadaanan ng mga tara? Opisina muna. Sa kanila natin pag-usapan yung mga tao. Ano-ano mga opisina ang dadaanan, tatarahan, para lumabas ng very smooth yung kargamento. Whether shabu ang laman, o general merchandise ba yan, o kung ano man ang laman. Ano-ano mga opisina ang dadaanan.
Your Honor, wala po akong ebidensya para ituro po kung anong mga
Hindi ko
opisina.
hinahanap ang ebidensya sa iyo. Saka na natin hanapin yung ebidensya. Ang sinasabi ko, dahil ikaw ang pinakamatagal sa Bureau of Customs, sa mga naririto, more or less, alam mo yung kalakaran, sino ang dadaanan ng proseso para makalabas ang isang kargamento at lalo na para dumaan sa green lane.
Your Honor, ang chismis po.
Hindi chismis, yung alam mo, information.
Sir, ang pagkakaintindi ko po, ang una nilang kakausapin dyan is yung RMO.
Sige, tuloy mo.
Para po maging green lane.
Ano yung RMO?
Risk Management Office, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Yun lang ang nalalaman ko, Your Honor, na...
Alam mo, mahirap kang paniwalaan pag yun lang alam mo. Hindi ka na namin paniniwalaan dito dahil ikaw ang pinakamatagal dito sa Bureau of Customs. Kaya ano pa yung mga dadaan ng opisina?
Sir, can I consult with my lawyer?
You invoking your right against self-incrimination?
Okay. Ang pagkakaintindi ko lang po sir sa ano is yun nga po, ikakausapin nila yung RMO para maging green siya or maging yellow to avoid po mapunta sila sa red lane, Your Honor.
Dahil sa red line may inspeksyon. Okay,
Dahil
X-ray.
sa red lane po is may X-ray and may physical examination,
Sige,
Your
susunod.
Honor.
Sinong kakausapin susunod?
Ang alam ko sir, ang susunod na kakausapin nila dyan is the district collector and yung assessment ng district, Your Honor.
Sino ang kakausapin nila sa RMO?
Sa RMO sir, yun lang po ang naririnig ko. Nagpapaalam
No,
sir
no, no.
sila
We're not
RMO.
interested yan narinig. Ang kailangan, yung alam mo. Matagal ka na dyan, sabihin mo ang alam mo.
Sir, yung alam kong kinakausap po sa RMO nagretiro na po, Your Honor.
Sino yan?
A certain Mr. De Vera, Your Honor.
Kailan nag-retire?
I think last year or this year, Your Honor.
Hindi pwedeng I think. Kasi nangyari ito May 25.
I think it's last year, Your Honor, na mag-resign, na mandatory retirement po yung a certain Mr. De Vera, Your Honor.
Okay? You're happy with that?
I'm not happy, Mr. Chairman. Hindi kompleto yung istorya.
So, ikumpletuhin mo yung story mo. Alam mo yan. Ikaw ay batang stadium kung tawagin. Andiyan ka. Nababanggit yung pangalan mo palagi. Kaya ngayon ka maghugas. Sabi mo kung sino sa RMO ang binibigyan ngayon ng tara.
Sir, yun nga lang po yung pagkakaalam ko na ang kinakausap nga po is yung Mr. De Vera.
Ang sabi mo kanina, with the permission of Senator Lacson, I'm not trying to, sabi mo, kaya nga po lumabas yan dahil may tara.
Yes, Your
Pero
Honor.
alam mo kung sino ang binigyan nung panahon na yan.
Sir, ang problema ko po is chismis lang po yun. Wala po akong personal knowledge with regards po dun sa tara sa RMO, Your Honor.
Ikaw ba nakatanggap na ng tara?
Yes.
You're under oath, Mr. Pinawin. Nakatanggap ka na ba ng tara? I will not go into the details, pero ang tanong ko lang, general question, nakatanggap ka na ba ng tara sa loob ng 8 taon na nandiyan ka sa Bureau of Customs?
Sir, 7 years pa lang po ako.
O sige, 7 years, maski 5 years. Nakatanggap ka na ba ng tara?
Hindi pa po, Your Honor.
You're under oath, Mr. Pinawin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyway. Mr.
Just for the
Chairman,
record, sir, on information, there are 2 people already who listed you down. Nakatanggap ka ng tara. Sinabi ni Mr. Taguba, tumanggap ka ng tara.
Sir, I can, if I will be given enough time, sir, I can dispute the allegation against me by Mr. Taguba, Your Honor.
You're under oath, you can say
yes,
that
sir.
whatever you want.
It is stated, sir, in my affidavit dated June 2, submitted to the Bureau of National Investigation, Your Honor. I was the one who called up, I was the one responsible for the bringing up of Mr. Taguba and Mr. Kenneth Dong to NBI, Your Honor. During the May 26 operation, my staff in MICP informed me that the said shipment belongs to Mr. Taguba. That's why on May 29, I asked one of my personnel to invite Mr. Taguba para po magpaliwanag doon sa shipment na nahuli namin noong May 26. And nung dumating sa office ko, Your Honor, he explained na kanya yung shipment pero hindi niya alam na drugs yung shipment. That's why itinuro niya si Mr. Kenneth Dong. That's why ang sabi namin sa kanya, kung talagang hindi sa'yo yun, palutangin mo si Mr. Kenneth Dong. And we agreed na lulutang si Mr. Kenneth Dong sa Manila Hotel po. That's why I informed NBI na darating si Mr. Mark Taguba and Mr. Kenneth Dong sa Manila Hotel. So nagpadala po ng 2 tao ang NBI at 2 tao ko. In-invite po si Kenneth Dong at saka si Mark Taguba sa Manila Hotel. Dinala po sila sa National Bureau of Investigation for questioning, Your Honor.
Ano nangyari?
They were questioned po sa NBI. That's why yun nga po yung sinasabi ko, meron pong axe to grind si Mr. Taguba laban sa akin dahil I was the one responsible for bringing them to the National Bureau of Investigation, Your Honor.
All right, that is your defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, as a background, the reason why I delivered that privilege speech last August 23 is that I felt I owe it to those who were consistently and persistently providing information about the TARA system in the Bureau of Customs. And rightly so, kasi mismong SWS ang nagsasabi, since 2005 hanggang 2016, yung Bureau of Customs, ito yung most corrupt agency. And if you remember, Mr. Chairman, doon sa mga hearings, doon sana lang ako magtatanong ng bits and pieces of information. Tatanong ko sana yung mga resource persons, especially from the Bureau and Mr. Taguba. Pero dahil nga sa mga circumstances na hindi naman talaga ako natuloy magtanong, minabuti ko na lamang na i-compose yung lahat ng information, i-consolidate into a privilege speech. Now, nandun yung mga detalye, and we vetted very objectively all the information that we received. In fact, kinonsolidate namin, binalidate from customs officials themselves, from brokers, players, even groups, other individuals. And what did Mr. Paildon do? Instead of confronting the issue, he accused my son of being a cement smuggler. Well, for the record, Mr. Chairman, nakapag-aral tuloy po ako ng TCCP, ng Tariff and Customs Code dahil do sa inakusahan yung aking anak. Nagtanong-tanong din ako sa mga dating commissioners, dating collectors. Wala pong taripa, zero tariff ang cement. Ano yung i-undervalue mo? Kasi sabi ni Mr. Paildon, nag-undervalue ng 50%. Ano i-undervalue mo sa zero? Kasi sabi ng ASEAN Free Trade Area, pati yung ATIGA, ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement, or yung expanded, yung ACT FTA, zero tariff. And then, all of a sudden, instead of confronting the issue, he diverted the issue. Nagbubula yung bibig, nag-hire ng PR firms, nagpakita ng bahay na sira-sira, at nag-accuse. That's why I also feel what President Duterte feels, because I'm not prejudging anybody here, and with my apologies to Senator Trillanes, ganun din makasakit. Andito ngayon si Paolo, inimbita natin, dahil ganun din ang accusation. And it's up to him to defend himself. But as a father, alam kong mali yung sinasabi ni Paildon. That's why I also confronted the issue head on. Because alam kong false and malicious yung kanyang accusations. Nakikinig siya kay Mr. Ordonez. Mr. Ordonez, ang tawag po dyan sa kanya, barker eh. Kasi nagpoprotekta ng mga ilang interest dito sa local industry, fine. Pero wag siya magturo ng mga mali-maling information. Mr. Ordonez is now facing an administrative complaint before the Philippine Competition Commission, violation of Section 14, yung restricting competition, and Section 15, yung abuse of dominant position. And the Philippine Competition Commission, for the information of this committee, Mr. Chairman, meron silang nakitang reasonable grounds to proceed with that administrative complaint filed by former Undersecretary Vic D. Magiba of DTI. Sinasabi niya yung freight cost. Ang freight cost, wala naman pakialam yung Bureau of Customs, Mr. Chairman, kasi that's between the shipper or the importer and the supplier. Pag nakalagay doon, $8 per metric ton, that's it. And customs could be guilty of abuse of discretion pag pinakialaman mo yon. Anyway, I'll go back to my previous question. Sino ba bang mga taga-customs dito na pwedeng tanungin?
With your permission, Mr. Senator Lacson, I'll just go back to Mr. Pinawin. Mr. Pinawin, sabi mo sa kanya, dali niya si Kenneth Dong, idinahilan niya ba si Kenneth Dong sa'yo na nagdagay ng drugs?
During the interrogation, during the interview po with Mark Taguba on May 29, Your Honor, ang paliwanag niya po sa amin, hindi niya alam kung anong laman po ng shipment at ang nakakaalam daw nga po ay si Mr. Kenneth Dong. That's why ang sinabi namin sa kanya, tulungan mo kami, tutulungan ka namin.
Kanino sa kanya?
Ano po?
Sinabi mo sa kanya, kaninong kanya?
Sinabi ko po kay Mark Taguba na tulungan niya kami palutangin si Kenneth Dong para nga po malaman namin kung sino po talaga yung totoong may-ari ng shipment, Your Honor. So, ang una pong sinabi ni Mark, sige, tatawagan po namin si Kenneth Dong, nag-set po siya ng meeting kay Kenneth Dong. Ang unang sinabi ko nga po sa kanya is sa Shakey's dahil yun po yung pinakamalapit na restaurant sa office ko. Sa likod lang po kasi yun ng Manila Hotel, Your Honor. And then he texted me around past 11, ang sabi niya, nalipat daw po ng Manila Hotel. That's why nung sinabi niyang nalipat ng Manila Hotel, we informed NBI po na darating si Kenneth Dong at si Mark Taguba.
Dinampot ba sila ng NBI?
They were invited po, Your Honor, to go to NBI that day, Your Honor, May 29 po.
And is Director de Guzman aware of what happened then?
I don't have personal knowledge. It's our investigators, Your Honor.
Is he here? Can you please come forward very fast? Raise your right hand again and repeat after the ComSec.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in its investigation.
Your name, please. Can you please press the microphone?
Agent Dennis Sian, Your Honor.
Dennis?
Dennis Sian.
Yes, you were here before. Dennis, meron ba nangyari doon kay Kenneth Dong? Nabalitaan niyo ba? Ano nakuha niyang investigation niyo?
Your Honor, what happened then was that Mr. Taguba and Mr. Kenneth Dong, they were invited for an interview.
Nasabi na yun. Ano nangyari sa interview? Anong findings niyo?
So, nagtanong po kami regarding po doon sa shipment. And wala pa ho talaga kaming alam noon. Ang pinakiusap po namin sa kanila, kasi meron nung binabanggit si Mark noon na broker niya. So, ang sabi ho namin kung pwede paki-collate lahat ng documents at gusto lang namin malaman yung particular shipment na iyon, paano nakarating
And
yung
to make a long story short, he did that.
Mr. Taguba did not submit a statement, Your Honor.
He did not. So
Yes,
hindi
Your
niyo pa alam kung si Kenneth Dong talaga nagpadala nun.
Mr. Kenneth Dong eventually submitted a statement and he brought with him Mr. Manili, who also submitted a statement regarding the shipment. So, doon po nagkatagpi-tagpi ngayon that we learned na ang lumapit po kay Mr. Manili ay si Mr. Chen Julong naman po. So,
Si Chen Ulong.
yes, Your Honor.
Lumapit kay Manili.
Mr. Manili po, para ho maghanap po ng broker. And then si Mr. Manili po, nilapitan ho si Mr. Kenneth Dong. Mr. Kenneth Dong, nilapitan ho si Mr. Mark Taguba. And then, nagsubmit din po ng statement itong si Miss Irene May Tatad na wherein she revealed na ano lang po daw siya, consignee for
So wala
hire.
kayong nalaman doon? Wala kayong nalaman na droga doon?
Wala po. Yung doon po sa initial interview po namin sa kanya.
Sa initial interview.
Opo.
Later on, meron?
Yun na nga po, yung pong pag-ship po nila baling ganyan, sila po yung nag-facilitate ng shipment.
Well, na-take up na namin yan na nagpadala dito ay yung Hanpei, no? Sila nagbalot, sila naglagay ng mga cylinders na binuksan ni Mr. Estrella, na Estrella na kung ano. Pero, balikan ko na siya, ikaw nagsabi na kaya nga nakalusot yung drugs eh. Paano mo nalaman may drugs yan? Paano mo nalaman na gano'n, Mr. Pinawin?
Sir, nung una hindi po namin alam na may drugs po talaga. Kasi nung pumunta po kami sa Valenzuela, ikwento ko po muna, sir. 11 o'clock po tinawagan ako ni Colonel Estrella. I was informed na maghanda po ako ng tactical team at may operation daw po kami. So pinapunta niya ako ng Valenzuela, minute niya kami sa may Pure Gold, sa may Paso de Blas, Your Honor. And then sabi niya, hinihintay niya yung Alpha. So, around past 12, dumating po
Alpha?
Asset, Your Honor.
Asset.
So, nung dumating po ng past 12 yung Alpha, nag-usap po si Colonel Estrella at saka i-turn out si Mr. Richard Tan doon po sa loob ng sasakyan ni Mr. Tan. So, hindi ko po alam kung ano na pag-usapan nila inside doon po sa Toyota Grandia na auto ni Mr. Tan. And then
Ano na namin yan? Tapos
Yes,
ano
sir.
naging role mo?
Actually, ang naging role ko po doon is, nung binuksan po namin yung crate, ang expectation po kasi namin nung bubuksan yung crate, andun po yung shabu. So, nung binuksan po namin yung crate, wala pong shabu, nandun po cylinder. I was the one who suggested na buksan yung cylinder kasi meron po kaming experience sa NAIA na may dumating pong 4 na water
So,
pump.
kasama ka nung nagbukas?
I was there, Your Honor. Sa warehouse po ni Mr. Tan.
Ngayon lang lumabas yan, ha? Kasama ka pala doon sa warehouse ni Mr. Tan nung binuksan yan.
I was there, Your Honor.
At ikaw ang nag-instigate dahil meron kang experience.
Sa NAIA po may dumating na 4 na water pump, Your Honor. Ang laman po, nung idinaan po yung sa X-ray, yung 4 na water pump, hindi po nakita may shabu. So since may information po coming from the Taiwan police, we open, sir, yung water pump. And sa loob po ng water pump may lamang shabu.
Hindi na tinatanong natin. Huwag mo akong ililigaw. Naandun ka sa loob ng warehouse, ikaw ang nag-instigate na buksan ninyo.
No, sir. I give an opinion po to Colonel Estrella na yun nga po, since may experience kami sa NAIA, baka nandun din po sa loob nung
Ayusin mo na
cylinder.
yung statement mo, and I will call Mr. Lacson here now. Dahil sinabi niya, ikaw yan eh.
Yes, sir.
Ang totoo niyan eh, pagkatapos nun, saan ka nagpunta? Senator Lacson.
I stayed in the warehouse, Your Honor.
At pagkatapos nun, nabuksan niyo, saan ka nagpunta?
Hindi pa ako umalis ng warehouse, Your Honor, kasi I was instructed by Colonel Estrella to secure the premises, Your Honor.
Hindi ka umalis doon?
Hindi po.
Hindi ka nagpunta kala City?
The following day, we went to Anoche this house, Your Honor, May 26 na po nung hapon, together with the elements of NBI and PDEA to conduct po yung control delivery, Your Honor.
Senator Lacson? Tell me the truth. Anong oras kayo nandun? May 25 kayo nakita doon sa Pure Gold, correct?
Maghahating gabi na po ng May 25.
Alas 11 ka tinawagan. Dumating kayo doon, anong oras? Alauna na.
No, Your Honor, I was there. We arrived at the area around 12 midnight, Your Honor.
O, di ka, 26 na nga. Pagkatapos doon, nag-stay ka doon sa warehouse, walang sinasabi si Estrella na kasama ka. Binuksan ninyo yung, pinarsan nyo yan. Binuksan nyo.
We entered the premises, Your Honor.
Hindi ko tinatanong you entered, tinatanong ko you opened up the cylinders.
Yes, sir. We opened the cylinder upon the instruction of Colonel Estrella, Your Honor.
Yeah. Tapos, bakit mo sasabihin 26? Eh, 26 na yan. Tumuloy kayo doon sa Anoche.
Sa 26 na po ng mga past 5 ng hapon na po yun, nung nagpunta kami kay Anoche, Your Honor.
Alright. I'll take your word for it. I'll get back
And
to it.
when we entered, Your Honor, we have the waiver po.
Ano?
We entered the premises of Mr. Tan's warehouse, sir, because he gave us permission and a waiver, Your Honor.
In effect, ikaw ang nagbukas ng pinto, di ba? Pinabuksan mo yung pinto kay Anoche.
Ako yung kumatok, sir, sa house ni Mr. D.
Alright. Senator Lacson, please.
No, yung thrust ng mga questions ko kanina, Mr. Chairman, yung tungkol sa TARA. So, gusto ko lang i-pursue yung mga tanong ko. Mag-provide pa ng additional details si Pinawin. Sino pa dadanan? Aside from RMO, sino pa dadanan? Kay chismis yan, kay information mo yan, kay may personal knowledge ka, saan pa dadaan? Bago tuluyang makalabas sa gate.
Sir, yun lang ang alam ko nga po is RMO and then the district collector's office, Your Honor, yung district collectors at saka po assessment. Kasi doon naman po dumadaan yung mga documents, Your Honor.
Okay, in the meantime, I'll yield the floor to Senator Trillanes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Sisimulan ko yung aking mga katanungan kay Mr. Mark Taguba. Mr. Taguba, nag-press release ka, nag-apologize ka at may mga kinaklarify ka. Ngayon ang tanong ko, alin dun sa testimony mo ang binabawi mo?
Your Honor, kasi yun nga sa
Hindi,
media,
meron ka bang binabawi? Wala.
hearsay lang po, yun po ang
Pero dun sa mga sinabi mo na una, wala kang babaguhin doon? Yun ba
Wala
yan?
po.
Wala. Okay. So, alam naman natin kung ano yung hearsay at personal knowledge. So, ano na yan? Eventually sa korte, liliwanag naman yan. Okay? O sige. At least maliwanag yon na si Mr. Mark Taguba ay hindi binabago yung kanyang statement despite the press release. So, may mga kinaklarify lang siya. Okay. Ngayon dun sa yung testimony mo, ang tinuturo mo na point person or contact person dito sa shabu shipment ay si Mr. Kenneth Dong. Tama ba?
yung container pong yun. Pero, Your Honor, kailangan ko pa rin sabihin na kailangan muna ipatunayan na doon nga sa container na yun nanggaling yung...
Okay. Naintindihan ko yun. It will be, that's your contention na as far as Mr. Taguba is concerned, walang laman ng shabu yun. But, pinag-uusapan lang natin dito, ito yung mga allegations on hand na yung container ban na yun eventually na-discover sa Valenzuela na may shabu. Sa korte, i-assert mo na hindi mo alam yan kasi meron kang ibang packing list. Diba?
At the same time po, yung inconsistency po ng mga report ng CIIS.
Okay. So, sige. So, ang tinuturo mo, contact person si Mr. Kenneth Dong.
Opo.
Okay. Ngayon, ito si Mr. Kenneth Dong, ha? Ayan. Okay yan. Yung, sino kasama mo dyan, Mr. Kenneth Dong? Yung nasa dulo, wag mo na i-mention yung nasa gitna.
Si Mr. Paulo Duterte.
Paulo Duterte. Okay, next picture. Ikaw ba yon, Kenneth Dong? At sino yung kasama mo dyan? Yun, yung nakaturo. Tama ba? Yung pag-picture?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Kenneth Dong at Mr. Paulo Duterte. Hindi kayo ano rito, ha? Itong picture na to na naghaharutan sa kwarto, hindi ito acquaintance. Okay? Yan lang yan. Next, si Mr. Taguba, minention mo, doon sa text message mo, na nung nagka-problema ka, ay pumunta, nag-ano ka ng ito pa pala. Si Kenneth Dong at si Mr. Duterte. Hindi ko na lang i-include muna si Mr. Baste kasi wala namang lumabas so far. Ngayon, dito pero just to prove na ikaw ay family friend. Okay? Ngayon, ikaw, Mr. Taguba, you pointed to Mr. Small Abellera as part of the Davao Group na nung nagkakaproblema ka sa shipment, ni-refer ka ni Jojo Bacud kay Tita Nani, tapos si Tita Nani ipinakilala yung grupo, si Jack, tapos eventually si Small. Tama ba yung sinasabi ko?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes. So, ito si Small. Si Small Abellera, wala na nata siya ngayon dito, and si Mr. Paulo Duterte. Next picture. So, talagang ano ito, hindi ito basta-basta acquaintance lang, Kasi city councilor ito ng Davao at vice mayor naman si Paulo Duterte. Next picture. So, okay, next picture. So, yan. Okay, yan. Yan si Small Abilera. Ngayon, punta tayo, sinasabi mo, ang shipper nung container van is sino?
Shipper si...
Richard, sino? Yung logistics provider, sino yan?
Si yung ano po, Hong Fei. Pero ang
Hong Fei.
ang nakalagay po sa dokumento ata.
Pero Hong Fei eventually yan. Di
Yes
ba?
po, Hong Fei po.
Si Richard Tan, Richard Chen, Richard Tan. Okay? O ito si Richard Tan, Richard Chen. Ikaw ba yan na nasa Malacanang?
我是参加那个商总宣誓就职，去我们下面拍照。商总，宣誓就职。
Your Honor, outtaking daw po nila sa association nun.
Ha?
Outtaking po, sir.
Okay. Pero ikaw pa rin yung na-identify na eventually na shipper nitong 6.4 billion pesos na drug shipment na nandiyan ka sa Malacanang. Okay, next. Punta tayo dito doon sa privilege speech ni Senator Lacson, na-mention niya yung Davao Group na big players na nagpapasok. Okay? Sige, next. Dito sa Davao Group, na-mention niya itong si Mr. Charlie Tan. Okay, Charlie Tan. Ngayon, dito sa testimony, let me just introduce Mr. Charlie Tan. Dito sa testimony ni Mr. Las Cañas dito sa Senado, ito yung kanyang statement from the transcript, and I quote, noong na-delay na ito ng husto, meron siyang gisabi sa akin na 100% siya binalahan ni Charlie Tan ng illegal drugs, particularly shabu, ang aking van. Ito ang sinasabi, ang kausap niya rito ni Mr. Las Cañas ay si Mr. Paulo Duterte. So, pinapa-escortan niya. So, pagdating ng van sa Davao, escortan mo ang van, ipa-deliver natin doon sa isang barangay, sa kanyang barangay na Catalunan Grande, at pag-open ito, kung may laman, huliin mo si Charlie Tan. So, nag-agree si Mr. Las Cañas. Ngayon, pero nung sinundan namin ang van, bago ako makarating sa basketball court sa Catalunan Grande, tumawag si Vice Mayor Pulong. Ang sabi niya sa akin, arbor ko na lang bro, ako na lang bahala kay Charlie. Okay, so that is Charlie Tan. Ngayon dito sa text message mo, nung the day after nung na-discuss dito si Mr. Charlie Tan, lumabas sa text message ni Tita Nani sa'yo. Nakalagay dito, March 7, good morning Mark. Let's meet from the Blue Bay at the UCC, but let's go to a place in the area that's at least less people. FYI, all special of the Teves brothers this week will not enjoy any privilege in cut off na Charlie Tan and Henry Tan. So, lumalabas na itong nagiging nababalidate yung privilege speech ni Senator Lacson. Ngayon, sino ba itong Charlie Tan? Sige, pakita natin. Ito si Charlie Tan. Okay? Charlie Tan and Mr. Paulo Duterte. Sige. Yan. O, hindi na siguro incidental yan kasi magkatabi na talaga sa aeroplano. Sige. Uy, nagbiyahe sila, I believe, sa China yan or something. Oh, Charlie Tan and Paulo Duterte. So, malalim ang samahan dito. Sige, next photo. Ayan. So, yan, mga hotel rooms na yan. I don't know, pina-find out pa namin yung mga other Chinese nationals na nandoon. Yan, sige, next. Then ito, talaga malakas ito. ando doon, sa Office of the President. Na ito, ano na ito, as early as 2012, 2013, a suspected drug lord na itong si Charlie Tan. Okay? Smuggler at drug lord, and yet, diretso talaga, hindi lang kay Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, kundi sa kanyang tatay. Kaya nga, ang pinag-uusapan ay, sabi ni Mr. Las Cañas, ang mukhang naglalabanan dito yung mga magkakakompetensya. So, nakita natin yung mga key players dito sa shipment na ito, lahat may link kay Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte. Okay, ngayon marami akong mga tanong kay Vice Mayor Duterte, pero simulan ko lang muna. I'll just test this. May tattoo ka ba sa likod, Mr. Duterte?
Mr. Chair, before I answer, will you permit us to make an opening statement?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Do you have a lawyer present, Mr. Duterte?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
In compliance with the invitation of this honorable committee, and as a gesture of respect to the Senate as a whole, I am formally appearing in today's proceedings. Once and for all, I now have the time to deny any and all baseless allegations thrown against me. Kinahanglan na nako mubarog karon alang sa akong pamilya, labi na gyud ang akong mga anak nga maoy nahilabihan nga naapektuhan sa aning pagpangdaot kanako. My presence here is for the Filipino people and to my fellow Davaoenos to whom I serve. I am very sorry og pasayluha ko ninyo, but I cannot answer allegations based on hearsay. In closing, a senator once said that we are a family of murderers, and I am untouchable. Allow me to quote a message from a colleague of mine in the City Council of Davao. Every dog has his day. The law of karma will operate especially to those with evil intent. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. May proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Alam niyo, naniniwala ako dun sa quote na yon. Naniniwala talaga ako. At may karma talaga. Anyway, I will go back to my question. Meron ka bang tattoo sa likod mo?
Meron po, Mr. Chair.
Meron. Okay. Ito ba ay malaking...
Before you continue, Senator Pacquiao actually had precedence before you, and Senator Lacson recognized you. I was already given the notice that you have 5 minutes, but I'll let you go for another 3 minutes, and then you can repeat again. You can repeat again afterwards, because Senator Pacquiao has a flight to catch. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yung tattoo mo sa likod, I can imagine it's a colored and dragon-like figure tattoo. Am I correct?
I invoke my right to privacy, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Well, ito pong informasyon na ito ay itong intelligence information na ito ay ibinigay sa akin na isang foreign country na ang sinasabi ay itong si Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte ay member ng triad at ito ang proof ng kanyang membership ay yung tattoo sa likod. Yan ang mag-i-explain ng lahat ng ito at merong mga competition among syndicates. Dahil yan yung proof. That's the physical evidence of his membership sa triad, yung tattoo. Ngayon, So can you show us are you willing to show us that tattoo to validate or invalidate
Mr. Chair, I invoke my right to privacy.
Okay.
The chair would like to request respectfully that we should not make allegations here without any basis, because triad is a very serious accusation. And we should not abuse any of the witnesses here.
I totally agree, Mr. Chairman. That's why I am presenting.
Then the chair would like to counsel everyone here to be very careful, because everybody has rights here. And the chair intends to make sure that we respect those rights.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That's why I'm going to present the evidence of my allegation, which is written and printed and tattooed on the back of Mr. Paulo Duterte, because that's the membership of triads, Mr. Chairman. So I'm not making any baseless allegations here. This intelligence information was handed down to me from a foreign country, and na-validate naman, in-admit naman ni Mr. Paulo Duterte. I wouldn't have any way of knowing na meron siyang ganun tattoo. But yun ang sinasabi ng Intel report. The membership is printed there, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
So anyway, ang andito sa picture, ito na. This is the gang. Kenneth Dong, Mr. Charlie Tan, Mr. Paulo Duterte. Next. Mr. Smola Villera, Mr. Charlie Tan, Mr. Paulo Duterte, Mr. Man Scarpio. So, ito ang nangyayari ngayon sa ating bansa. At yung sinasabi noon ni Mr. Las Cañas, and by the way, hindi hearsay yun, kasi personal knowledge niya, yung hit na in-order ni Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte dun sa isang bumangga sa kanyang sasakyan na nakamotor. At personal knowledge niya yan na ito ay pinahunting, at nung pinatay ay ando doon itong si Paulo Duterte. Anyway, let's now go to the accounts. Ngayon, Mr. Man Scarpio, you admitted going to the Customs, am I correct?
Mr. Chair, can I also be allowed to read a brief statement?
Sige, I will not ask, I'll skip the question.
Before I answer, Mr. Chair.
I will allow
allow
the gentleman, Mr. Carpio, to make his statement, but I would ask Senator Trillanes to hold off because his time is up. Senator Tel will follow through.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Chairman Gordon, members of the Blue Ribbon Committee, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am here to give due respect to the committee invitation and defer to the authority of the Senate to conduct inquiries in aid of legislation. Me and my brother-in-law have been publicly crucified based on rumors and gossips. I do not know Mark Ruben Taguba and have not met him. I am a lawyer by profession, and my practice involves representing my clients in courts and other government institutions, including the Bureau of Customs. In fact, the case I'm working on in the BOC dates back to the administration of President Aquino. I am here before this committee to formally declare that I have no knowledge of or involvement in the illegal drugs shipment, which is the subject matter of this inquiry, and to assist the committee in whatever way I can as a resource person. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Mr. Pacquiao, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. My question is to Taguba.
You have 10 minutes.
Mark Taguba.
explain. We have 10 minutes because there are very few of us here, so you have 10 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Taguba, yung transaction mo sa alleged Davao Group na sinasabi mo, start from January to March.
Yes,
Tama
Your
ba?
Honor.
Tama?
Yes.
After that, wala na kayong transaction sa alleged na Davao Group. Wala na.
Wala na po.
Okay, I just want to clarify, Mr. Chairman, na yung pagpasok nung shabu shipment dito sa custom, nung nakalusot, wala na silang transaction nung alleged Davao Group. Tama ba, Mr. Taguba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Gusto ko lang linawin din na do you have personal knowledge about Paulo Duterte?
No, Your Honor.
Paano mo nabanggit ang pangalan ni Paulo Duterte dito sa hearing na to?
Your Honor, yung binabanggit po kasi yun sa akin nung Tita Nani. Nung nabanggit ko po yun una dun sa Congress po. Nung tinanong po ako ni Congressman Miro Kimbo.
So hindi mo talaga alam kung itong Davao Group o totoo ba itong Davao Group? Sa tingin mo, totoo ba yung Davao Group o hindi?
Tingin ko po, sabi-sabi lang nila.
Hindi ka naniniwala?
Hindi po.
Eh, ba't mo binabanggit yung pangalan ni Paulo Duterte?
Your Honor, sabi kasi nila eh. Yun ang pagkakasabi nila sa akin. Natanong po ako nung nakalimutan ko na po paano yung series ng question sa akin sa Congress, pero bandang huli napunta po doon yung tanong.
Kanina tinatanong ka ni Senator Trillanes na binabawi mo yung mga sagot mo dito, yung mga sinasabi mo na hearsay lang.
Sinasabi ko po na hearsay lang po.
Kaya nga yun yung sinasabi mo na binabawi mo yung mga sinabi mo rito na hearsay lang.
Your Honor, wala po akong binabawi kasi ever since naman sinabi ko talaga na hearsay lang siya. Wala naman ako sinabi na natanong nga po ako dati noon kung na-meet ko ba sila, sinabi ko naman hindi ko po sila na-meet. Sinabi ko po ever since na hearsay lang yon.
Okay, so yung alleged na Davao Group at yung pangalan Pulong Duterte ay wala na doon sa anong month ng May yung nakalusot yung 604 kilos na shabu sa custom.
Yes, Your Honor, pero Your Honor, kailangan ko pa rin sabihin na patunayan po muna na doon nga nanggaling sa container na yon yung shabu. Dahil hanggang ngayon wala pa pong nakakapag-link
darating tayo dyan sa mga sa tanong na yan. Ang liniliwanag ko lang dito, linilinaw ko lang na sabi mo hanggang March lang yung transaction mo with the Davao Group.
Yes, Your Honor.
So nung nakalusot yung nung May yung shabu doon sa isang shipment, wala na kayong transaction doon sa Davao Group, alleged Davao Group na sinasabi mo?
Your Honor, wala na kaming transaction doon, pero ini-stress out ko pa rin na hindi, patunayan po muna yon yung na doon nang galing sa container na yun yung shabu. Dahil hindi pa rin ako makapaniwala hanggat wala pa rin matibay na link or evidence.
So hindi ka naniniwala na ang shabu nandoon galing sa container na galing sa'yo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Balikan kita mamaya. Ang gusto ko lang tanong doon sa tanongin ko si Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte. Alam mo ba itong Davao Group na sinasabi nila?
Wala po akong alam dyan, Your Honor.
About dito sa mga Tara issue?
Wala din po ako alam dyan, Your
Wala kang alam. Okay. Kay Mans Carpio naman? Do you know Davao Group?
Your Honor, I have no knowledge about any Davao Group.
Okay, about the Tara issue, may alam ka ba?
Wala rin po akong alam, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. At Mr. Taguba, Sa iyo ko itatanong ang lahat ng ito dahil ikaw ang may nagsabi ng lahat ito at ginamit mo ang pangalan ng Paulo Duterte. So hindi mo pa siya na-meet si Paulo Duterte
Hindi po, Your Honor.
hanggang ngayon.
Hindi. Ngayon po na unang nakita siya.
Okay. Na-meet mo siya ngayon. Nakita mo na ngayon.
Nakita ko po ngayon. Opo.
Ngayon mo lang siya nakita.
Ngayon lang po.
Bakit mo binimension yung pangalan niya?
Yun nga po.
So hindi ka naniwala pag mention mo sa pangalan niya?
Ano po, yun nga, sinasabi lang nung tita Nani. Ako mismo, hindi ako naniniwala.
Alam mo, ang gusto kong malaman dito, yung mismo talagang nagdala ng shabu dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi pag itong tara ang pinag-usapan natin, nakapokus tayo sa tara, nawawala yung mga nagpasok ng shabu dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga nagdala pa, for how many years na siguro nila ginagawa yan, and tumatawa lang sa atin ngayon dahil ang tara issue ang pinag-usapan natin, nakapokus tayo. Although, hindi ko naman dinideny at hindi tinatanggi na huwag natin pag-usapan yung tara issue, but let's focus to the shabu shipment na nakalusot sa custom. Yun ang ano natin dito, at ikaw ang may responsibility nun dahil galing sa iyo yung shipment na yun.
Hindi po yun panapapatunayan, pero meron pong, ito yung fact, nahuli po yung shabu dun sa warehouse ni Richard Tan. Dapat po siyang tanungin tungkol dyan. Siya po nagparating, siya rin na makakaalam kung sinong tatanggap ng shabu.
Richard Tan, alam ko nakakaintindi ka ng Tagalog. Tama ba? Tama ba? Alam ko nakakaintindi ka ng Tagalog.
Yes. Konti lang.
Konti nga lang yung Tagalog mo pero nakakaintindi ka fluently sa Tagalog. Okay, tanungin kita. Sinabi mo dito na yung camera mo sa warehouse ay sira.
Yes. Tapos ako manung siya po CCTV manung po siya senator ng machine.
Actually, ang camera sa warehouse mo hindi sira.
Tang时我们公司的那个仓库经理跟我说坏掉，所以我们就拿过来给他们去检查嘛。
Your Honor, that time sira daw po yung CCTV as per the manager ng warehouse, kaya pina-check po nila.
Your Honor, pwede bang pwede bang sumingit doon sa sinabi ni Mr. Chan?
Sige.
Nung tumawag sa akin yung anak ko, nagre-reklamo tungkol doon sa alleged na smuggling ng shabu. Pinatawag ko si Kenneth Dong. Galit na galit ako sa kanya. Gusto ko nga patayin to sa tulang. Dahil pinasukan nila ng shabu kung totoong nanggaling doon. Na siyempre sa father, no? Sobrang galit ko. So, ito, hindi ko binitawan to Ngayon, ang sabi niya sa akin, si Richard Tan ang may shipment. Gabing-gabi na, siguro mabot kami ng madaling araw. Tawagin mo yan dahil hindi kita bibitawan. Sisiguraduhin ko, itatabla ko ito. Ang nangyari, dumating si Richard Tan. Kasama ko si Attorney Taningko, si Kenneth, sa ito. Nung kino-confront ko siya, tungkol doon, meron ka CCTV. Sabi mo, meron kinuha ng custom. Huwag kang magsinungaling dito. No, custom. Open ho yun. Hindi ho sira yun.
Please address the chair. Okay, mag-usap. Address the chair.
Sorry, Your Honor. Kasi na grabe yung ngayon, walang Chinese po, Your Honor. Wala akong Chinese, Your Honor, na may warehouse na sira ang CCTV. Mga Chinese nga basi konting lang, na manakawan sila, ganun na sila ka nanggagalaiti. Ito kayang warehouse na malaki. Question ko lahat, even the manner of operation. Tell you, Your Honor, naging custom police po ako. Ang pag-operate, hindi ganon. Up to now, asan yung mga tao niya inimbestigahan? Mga personer, yung mga trabahador. Ang style na pag-operate, pag pinasok mo yan, meron ka, pag nakita mong positive, antimano may warrant ka. Iwawarat mo lahat ng dokumento, lahat ng computer. Pati yung mga tao doon, imbestigahan lahat. In fact, dinigaw ng NBI Sila, tatapusin muna dapat nila ang ang operation nila, saka ite-turn over sa NBI. So yung CCTV 101% na meron. Buhay yun.
Thank you,
Your Honor.
Mr. Taguba. Gusto kong tanungin about sa CCTV si Joel Panawin. Sinong nagsasabotahe ng kamera sa warehouse sa Hongfei? Hongfei.
Your Honor, with regards po dun sa CCTV, hindi po namin napansin yung CCTV that night. Kasi nga po, madaling araw po yun, hating gabi na. Hindi naman po yung CCTV ang target po namin, Your Honor, kundi po yung drugs. So yung attention po namin, nandun po sa paghahanap ng drugs, Your Honor, hindi po dun sa CCTV.
Excuse me, Senator Dillon is present, and yes, we just regulation. And the Senate President. Thank you.
Alam mo, hindi ako naniniwala na walang nagsabotahe sa CCTV. Ang CCTV, Mr. Tan, hindi ako naniniwala na sira ang CCTV ng warehouse mo.
我这个已经交给参议院去检查了，设备已经给参议院了。
Your Honor, yung CCTV binigay na po sa Senate. Yung hard disk.
Thank you.
Just a moment, a point of information. The NBI has a CCTV. Has there been any results from your investigation on the CCTV? And by the way, the point is well taken by Mr. Taguba. Tama yung sinabi ni Mr. Taguba. Pagka ikaw may warehouse, pag sabi mo sa kanya, talaga meron kayong CCTV dahil pag nawalan kayo, mananagot kayo doon sa mga customer niyo. Kaya hindi ako naniniwala from the very beginning na sira yung CCTV. Either sinira nung nag-inspection ng drugs o sinira nung may-ari nung mangyari yan. Pero ang nangyari dito, ang sinabi ng China, ang talagang testigo, ang kanilang asset dito ay walang iba ko dito si Mr. William Chen. Kaya ako, nagsususpecha, ang nanira niya ang customs. Dinadiretsa ko kayo. Go ahead. Meron ba kayo nagawa?
Your Honor, please let me again give you the commander on the ground, Your Honor, Attorney Siha, because he's the one.
Dennis, can you please quickly come over? You don't have to be called. Just sit down, grab a chair.
Sir, bali last week po, turnover po yung CCTV recorder po, tsaka po yung hard disk. And then meron na po tayong initial
The question is simple. Have you finally fixed the CCTV so you can get something out of it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Meron?
Opo.
Ano nakalagay?
Ang ano po, meron pong recording from October 28, 2014 to November 7, 2014 po. So parang ang ano po baling ganyan is umaandar po yung yung machine pero hindi po nagre-record bali po.
So wala tayong magagamit.
May recording lang po up to November 7, 2014 po.
Kaya nga, wala tayong magagamit. Dahil nangyari yung November 26.
Apo.
May 26.
Apo. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gusto kong itanong sa NBI kung may kaso na bang na-file against Hilario.
Your Honor, as regards Mr. Attorney Hilario, wala pa po. Under investigation pa po yun. Yun po yung second phase po ng investigation namin.
Bakit wala kang ipinail na case na siya man nagtatag kung green or doon sa siyang in charge doon para makalusot itong mga container. Tapos nakalusot itong 604 kilos na shabu. Bakit walang ipinail na kaso kay Hilario?
Your Honor, base po sa investigasyon po namin, yung pong tagging po, it's automated po. So computer generated po siyang ganyan. Once na nag-lodge po yung broker or yung importer, automated po yung pagbibigay po ng tagging. So ang tagging po pwede po maging green lane, yellow lane or red lane po.
Yun nga, bakit nakalusot yung 604 kilos na shabu? Dapat responsibilidad niya yon at dapat siya managot dahil nakalusot yung 600 kilos of shabu.
Your Honor, please. When we filed our case, initial filing of the case, we clarified here in this honorable committee that that was the first stage of our investigation. Now, we are now into the second stage of our investigation. That's why we are determining who are the responsible officers from the Bureau of Customs, as what you said, Your Honor, who are the responsible officers na dinaanan nitong shipment bago nakalabas. Yun po ang dinidetermine namin sa ngayon.
Now with Commissioner La Peña, who's a PDEA, on the seat of customs, you can actually help them determine that, right, Mr. La Peña?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, before I left...
This is already part of my report, by the way.
Yes,
that with you there, we can now determine not only the shipment of drugs, pero yung shipment pa nung December na 890 billion, because before that, hindi sila makapasok ang NBI at ang PDEA. Ngayon, makakapasok na kayo. Malalaman nyo, isa-isa nyo kung sinong nagpalusot ng droga na yan. Di po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama po.
In fact, the PDEA is conducting a parallel investigation. While this is ongoing, PDEA is conducting.
We have a pretty good idea who they are, but I'm glad that you're there already so you can actually validate.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Go. Mr. Pacquiao, go ahead, please. Go.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tanong ko kay Gambala.
Yes, sir.
May kilala ka bang Johnny, Jonathan, Johnny, and then Jonathan at Johnny?
Yes, I think I know people whose first name is Johnny, sir, or Jonathan, sir.
Sila ba yung nangungulikta para sa inyo? Ng tara?
For me, sir?
Para sa inyo. Diretsahan ako magtanong eh.
Yes, yes. No, sir. As far as I'm concerned, sir, no, sir. As far as I'm concerned, sir, no, sir. I don't receive any tara, sir.
Pero may kilala kang Jonathan and Johnny?
At first name, sir, Jonathan and Johnny, I know some people whose name is that, sir.
Okay, I just want to clarify totoo o hindi yung mga information na nakakarating sa akin na ito daw si Jonathan and Johnny, ito daw yung nangungulikta para sa tinatawag nating Tara, nangungulikta para sa inyo. Ito ang kolektor. Parang ganon.
Yes, sir. I'll try to find kung sino po talaga yung mga Jonathan at Johnny na sinasabi niya, sir.
Okay, kung wala kayong alam kinalaman dyan, umpisahan nyo ng imbestigahan kung sino itong mga taong to o kung totoo ba yung sinasabi ko or kung involved kayo dito.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. And I'll just take... Yes, sir. Since you mentioned that, sir, maybe I could just give a short answer to that, sir. As far as I'm concerned, sir, since the TARA or the list was already being discussed, sir, and it was given by our good Senator Lacson, sir, maybe I would just like to say my piece, sir, with regards to that. Very short lang, sir. Senator Lacson, I still respect him, sir, as my fellow cavalier and upperclassman, sir, and as a senator, sir. And the thing he's accusing me, sir, or I would just like to say that I still respect him, even though the things he told about me, I cannot really do it, sir. But I hope, sir, I could redeem my name at the same time, sir. And
You will have plenty
Yes,
of
sir.
time because this is
Chairman.
just a preliminary hearing.
Mr. Chair, I ask the permission of Senator Pacquiao
Oh, please.
on this particular point.
Go ahead. How about this?
With the permission of
Okay.
Senator Pacquiao. Meron ba kayong Gemma Gemma Castillo sa Comsen?
wala po, sir.
Wala. Kasi ganito, and si Mark will bear me out on this, kasi these are exchanges. Wednesday, 24 May to 2:02 p.m. Gemma. Mark, ang alam mo si Gemma sa Comsen, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ang sabi rito, Mark, pwede daw ba 200 isa? Pag sinabing pwede ba 200,000 ba to?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ang sagot ni Mark, ang laki po, ma'am. Pwede po ba 50? Masakit masyado 200. Still, you're talking to Gemma of Comsen, ha? Anong pagkapakilala sa ni Gemma? Regular employee siya ng bureau na naka-assign sa Comsen or house siya?
Ano po siya?
Bagman.
Hindi po. Meron po siyang posisyon, alam ko.
May posisyon. Hindi mo kilala si Gemma Castillo? Ay, Comsen ito eh.
Hindi, sir. Walang Gemma Castillo, sir, sa Comsen.
Anyway, tuloy ko lang, Madami daw kasi aabutan, sabi ni Gemma. Ang sabi ni Mark, ma'am, baka pwede pakiusapan. Lubog po ako masyado dyan. Sabi niya, 120 isa, ha? Sabi ni Mark, sige po. Anyway, I'll not continue anymore. Ito yung negotiation sa TARA. And if you don't know anything about the TARA going on inside Comsen, and you're the head of Comsen, what does that make of you?
Yes, sir. That's the problem, sir, with BOC, sir. People usually use names or offices of people, sir. And the problem is we cannot defend it, sir.
And the problem is, nakakalusot naman yung kargamento.
Yes, sir.
Ginagamit yung pangalan ninyo, pero nakakalusot naman sa inyo yung kargamento.
That's
So
what...
how would you reconcile? Kasi kung hindi nyo alam, hindi rin lulusot.
Kasi po, sir, nangyayari po, sir, yung TARA, sir, dun sa... Yung paglusot, sir, dun sa may port, sir, eh. So...
Pero alam
yes,
nyo, naglabas ng Customs Special Order number 45-2016. No?
Yes, sir.
Last year pa ito. Ang sabi rito, in order to prevent and eliminate smuggling and all forms of customs fraud and centralize the Bureau's operations, particularly in the areas of trade and facilitation and border control, a command center under the office of the Commissioner is hereby created.
Yes, sir.
Eh, kinontrol eh.
Actually, sir,
Hindi
like,
na pwede mag-issue ng alert order ang mga district collectors, mga ibang DepComs. Kayo lang. OCOM, ComCenter, and IAS.
no, sir. Actually, sir, I just would like to correct that, sir, notion, sir. Everyone could still...
That's not a notion. This is
Yes,
an
sir.
official document. This is not a notion.
Actually, sir, yung command center is just facilitating yung alert, sir. Especially yung documentation, sir. But anyone could still request for alert, sir. And we will just facilitate it,
Well,
sir, and document it, sir.
There is Customs Memorandum Order number 23-2016, subject amendment of Customs Memorandum. In order to prevent the unnecessary issuance of alert orders and to protect the integrity of the alert order system, the authority previously granted to the following customs officers to issue alert orders. Number 1, DepCom Intelligence Group, DepCom EG, DepCom Assessment, AOCG, all district collectors for shipment arriving within their district. So hindi na sila pwede. Kayo lang ang pwede.
Yes, sir.
Kaya
No, sir.
nga very powerful yung ComCen, kaya nga itong Gemma Castillo can negotiate
Yes, sir.
with Mark and other players, I suppose, for Tara. Eh, umiiyak na yung mga players kasi 200 ang gusto, tumatawad na 50, nagkasundo sa 120 or 150.
That's the problem maybe with...
Well, there's really a problem.
Yes, sir. With Mark Taguba, sir, if he believes that Gemma Castillo is representing ComCen, sir.
Well, but the taste of the pudding is in the eating. Nakalabas nga kargamento eh. Pag nakipag-negotiate siya kay Gemma, lumalabas yung kargamento. Kung hindi lumalabas ang kargamento, I cannot see Mark Taguba dealing with Gemma. Mark, paano mo nakilala si Gemma? At saka, gaano mo siya kakilala? At saka, naniwala ka bang taga-ComCen siya?
Nakilala ko po yan nung na-alert ako. May nagpatulong ako kay Jojo kung sino ang kakausapin.
Anyway,
last year pa po yun.
Nung nagpa-alert ka, nung na-alert ka,
Opo.
nalip yung alert mo, nung kausap mo si Gemma.
Yes, opo.
Opo. Ayun nga eh. Hindi, yun nga sabi ko. The taste of the pudding is in the eating. Kasi na-alert siya, naglagay siya kay Gemma, nalip yung alert. Eh tapos sasabihin ng ComCen, hindi kilala si Gemma. Sinong kausap ni Gemma? Si Satanas.
Yes, sir, that's the problem, sir. Since they know that...
That's really the problem.
Yes, sir. Since they know that the ComCen is the one issuing alert, sir, anyone could use its name, sir, to harass or to extort people.
Paano nga nalip yung alert order pagkatapos maglagay? That's the point.
Yes, sir, because
Kung walang communication si Gemma with the ComCen, ang timing ba, Mark, pagkatapos mong bigay yung pera, nalip yung order? Ganyan ba yung pattern?
Parang kinabukasan po na-release na yung container.
Yes, sir, because...
Now, you want us to believe you now na hindi mo alam nangyayari sa ComCen?
Because we have a procedure, sir. Could I explain a little bit about the procedure, sir? Yes, sir. Because we could only alert, sir, when there are requests given by the authorities, sir, like the district collector and the different deputy commissioners, sir. And when they ask for alert, sir, we will document it, sir, so that it will be properly endorsed, sir, to the district. Then the district collector, sir, will be the one who will examine it, sir. Or the examiner, sir, in the district will be the one who will examine it. And they will give their recommendation, sir. If it will be for lifting, sir, or for WSD, sir, or if they will continue processing, sir. So we will base our lifting, sir, depending on their recommendation, sir, because we cannot go to the port, sir, to really inspect, sir. So still, sir, we sa kanila po kami, sir, humihingi ng recommendation, sir. Pag sabi, sir, okay na-examine na namin, pwede nang i-lift. That's the time that I will lift the alert, sir.
Mr. Chairman, Mark, has there been or had there been instances na naglagay ka na hindi na-lift?
Wala po, Your Honor.
Yun ang sinasabi ko sa iyo eh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why we need to investigate, sir, really. If
That's why we're investigating.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
we
sir.
need your cooperation.
Yes, sir.
But when you pagka blanket denial ka na hindi mo alam, saan makakarating investigation?
Yun nga po ang sinasabi ko, sir, when it turns to
Alam mo, Jerry,
Yes, sir.
maski noon, mataas talaga yung pagkatingin ko sa iyo. Pero, the moment all this information came in, gusto ko nga maging selective eh. Alisin
Yes,
yung
sir.
mga pangalan nyo for obvious reasons.
Yes, sir.
So sabi ko, hindi na mag-deliver ng privilege speech kung magiging selective ako.
Yes, sir. That's why I'm explaining, sir, yung...
Yeah, I'm just calling a spade a
Yes,
spade. Sabi nga, kaya tinanong ko si Mark, meron bang instances in the past, naglagay siya, pero naka-hold pa rin? Wala eh.
That's because we depend, sir, doon sa report ng district, sir. Because they are the ones examining, sir, yung...
Excuse me,
sir.
you know, we've been listening here. That's precisely why we said, sinolo ninyo dun sa taas, dun sa inyong command and control. Tapos, sasabihin ninyo, pwede mag-recommend. Eh kung walang recommendation, nagkaayos sa baba, lalo ba doon sa green lane. Pero pag nag-recommend, hindi nyo alam, hindi pwede kami maniwala noon. Merong tao doon na nagpapanggap mo na pag nagbigay, lumulusot. That means, meron kayong tao na nagpapalusot. Yun ang sinasabi ni Senator Lacson.
As far as the command center is concerned, sir, I'm the one lifting the alert, sir. So everything, all the alerts will pass through me, sir.
Then, if you listen to Mr. Taguba, lahat ng binayaran niya, lumulusot. Sino nagpapayag? Ikaw?
No, sir, because we depend on the recommendation of the district collector, sir. Kasi doon po sa district, sir, nagkakaroon ng examination, sir.
Yeah, but even if they recommend, they will still have to recommend papayagan nyo. Ikaw ultimately magsasabi, payagan nyo.
Yes, sir, because every time we alert, sir,
No, you don't ask for the alert. The alert is given by sa baba. And then you look at it, and then you say, sige, alert, buksan nyo.
Yes,
Pag
sir.
binuksan, huwag recommend tama o mali, bayad,
Yes, sir.
kulang, dagdagan.
Yes,
Diba?
sir.
Ganon?
Yes, sir.
O, di sa inyo pa rin.
Yes, sir, that's why we...
Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tapusin ko lang to, malapit na. Kay Kinit Dong naman ako magtatanong. Kinit Dong, gusto kong sabihin sa itanong sa iyo. Ilang tao na nakapagpa-picture ka?
Who are you asking?
Kinit Dong.
Kinit Dong?
Picture.
Marami na?
I forgot na. Yun na. Hindi ko na maalala.
Na-mention mo dito, sino-sino ba yung mga celebrity na o politician na may picture ka?
Na-deactivate kasi yung Facebook ko eh. So,
No,
hindi ko maalala kung sino yung
dito sa
may picture na din tayong dalawa. Yung ano.
Kaya nga, may picture din tayong dalawa. Okay. Hindi ko, inahanap ko bakit walang hindi pinakita yung picture ko eh. Sino-sino yung mga may picture ka dito sa Senado?
Nasabi ko na kasi last hearing, nasabi ko na lahat.
May picture ka ba ni Hontiveros?
Yes po.
Kay Subire?
Opo.
Kay Kiko Pangilinan?
Yes po.
Kay Senator Gordon?
Meron po.
Sa akin?
Noong birthday nung sa Jensen, naka-attend ako.
Okay. Okay. Kay Bamakino?
Meron po.
Mayroon ka. So, gusto kong itatanong ko sa iyo. Lahat ba ng may kapicturan ka, alam yung mga ginagawa mo?
Lahat ng kasama sa picture,
yung mga ginagawa mo, yung transaction mo, yung business mo, alam ba nila yung ginagawa mo?
hindi. Kasi ginagamit ko po yun, hindi para ipakita sa ibang tao na may connection or...
hilig mo lang?
Yes. Katulad din sa ibang Filipino, pag nakikita ng public figure, nakikita ng artista, di ba? Normally, mahilig sila lumapit sa inyo. Senator, baka pwede mag-picture tayo, di ba? I think it's very normal para sa isang tao.
Okay. I just want to clarify, Mr. Chairman, na hindi ibig sabihin na may picturean. May picture ka, kasama ka na doon sa mga transaction nila at kung ano man yung mga transaction nila. So, ito ay para lang sa clippings mo, yung
Opo, kasi
mo.
kumbaga ganun pa rin yung sagot ko hindi porket na may picture ako sa isang public figure o celebrity, may ibig sabihin na yung picture na yan. Dahil ganun po, naging very straightforward po yung answer ko. I think last Senate hearing, tinanong na po ako ni Senator Trillanes, no? Sabi ko, ang tanong dito is, meron po ba akong kasalanan dito sa custom issue o wala? Pasensya na po, medyo naging emotional kasi every Senate hearing, parang, bakit purong picture ko lang yung inintriga dito? Yung kumbaga, yung picture na yan, nangagaling pa sa social media. So kumbaga, sobrang na-frustrated na ako. Every time, I'm showing it. Every time, nagiging good faith ako. Nagpakita ko sa inyo dito. Pero hindi po yung para doon sa picture na yung iniimbestigahan sa akin.
Kinit dong, tinatanong ka kasi may mga ilan dyan na pag may picture ang isang tao, associated na doon sa mga transaction o sa mga legal man o mapano sa mga transaction na ginagawa ng tao. So, liniliwanag lang natin dito at sa taong bayan na hindi porket may picture ka sa isang tao, alam mo na yung mga ginagawa niya.
Guilty na. Tama.
Oh, guilty na.
I will warn Senator Pacquiao.
Mr. Chairman.
You are lawyering, sabi nga ni Senator...
He's lawyering for Kenneth Dong. I will move for his disbarment.
Ginaklaro ko lang, Mr. Chairman, na hindi porket may picture ka, kasama ka na, alam mo na yung mga transaction ng isang tao. So, Mr. Chairman, dito na lang muna. Mamaya na lang ako magtatanong ulit sa second round kung ano.
May I ask senators to facilitate. We invited certain people who came all the way from Davao on their own volition. And this is a comment also made by the Senate President. Pinag-awayan pa yan. It is my hope that we can bring down the people who asked them to come here para matanong na kagad, para matapos na. So if Senator Trillanes is around, I would ask everybody to continue with this cross para matapos kung mayroong itatanong. Habang wala pa siya, actually ang una, yung pinakamatanda na kasama natin dito ngayon. Biro lang. Nagkuminito na. Sa serbisyo. Okay. At sa bigote. At saka siya mauna, pero we'll ask the Senator.
I have no questions to our resource persons. I just have one concern. It's about the 1 ton of powder that everybody seems to forget. Kaya later na yun, sige, I'll give way to Senator Aquino, Mr. President.
It's one of the reasons why it's very hard because hindi pa tapos talaga, because lumalabas pa rin yung droga. Go ahead, Senator Aquino.
Alright, maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Unang-una po sa lahat, siguro just to state, mahirap po talagang ihiwalay yung issue ng Tara at saka issue ng shabu. Kasi I don't think the people here intended na pumasok yung shabu. I don't think so. Kaya lang dahil sa Tara, nakalusot po yun at nakapasok sa ating bansa. So, kaya po siguro, bumabalik tayo sa Tara, bumabalik po sa shabu, mahirap po talagang ihiwalay in this particular case. Now, my first set of questions will be for...
Those of you who have to go to the toilet or having liquidity problems, just raise your hand and we will allow you. Just raise your hand.
Sige, kung wala. Alright, my first set of questions is for Attorney Mandy. Attorney Mandy, magandang umaga. Sa inyo pong time as Chief of Staff ni Commissioner Faldon, meron pong mga grupo na binanggit si Senator Lacson na mga big players doon po sa customs. No? He named 5 groups. The Teves Group, the Tan Group, the Santos Group, the Kimberly Gamboa Group, and the Davao Group. At meron siyang isang pinangalanan doon na Charlie Tan in the Davao Group. I have here the names. No? Meron ditong 44 names na tinatawag na bribe givers or players at the Bureau of Customs. Are you familiar with the privileged speech of Senator Lacson?
Yes, Your Honor.
So hindi ko na kailangan banggitin isa-isa, no?
No need, Your Honor.
Okay, at alam mo namang may 5 grupo siyang binanggit. Doon sa 5 grupong yon, meron ba at any time na nagpahiwatig, nagparamdam, nagpakilala sa inyong opisina kay Commissioner Fildon?
Only two groups, Your Honor.
Sige po, paki-state ho sa atin.
I actually met Kimberly Gamboa once in my office, and for the Davao group, there was one person who came to the office during the term of the commissioner.
Okay. Sino po yun? Was it Charlie Tan? Was it Tita Nani? Was it
No, it
Zach?
was not. It was a BOC employee. I can't remember his name, Your Honor.
You can't remember?
I can't remember.
All right. So, but
I was
in short, attorney, may dalawa sa 5 grupo na binanggit ni Senator Lacson, nagparamdam po sa inyong opisina. Hindi ko po tinatanong kung may ginawa kayong transaction sa kanila, pero meron pong 2 grupong nagparamdam. This is the Kimberly Gamboa group. Siya mismo yung nagpakita ho sa inyo.
Yes, if I think it's her.
It's her.
Kimberly Gamboa.
May nagpakilala na Kimberly sa inyo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, at isang unnamed BOC employee na nagpakilala bilang miyembro ng Davao Group.
Yes, it was one time, Your Honor, I think August of last year.
Paano nagpakilala si Kimberly at yung empleyadong na ito sa inyo? Was it through you or through Commissioner Fildon?
Kimberly Gamboa came to the office asking for a meeting with the commissioner regarding a shipment she had of plywood that was alerted by the commissioner. Well, sorry, it was not alerted. It was put on hold by our former OIC Deputy Commissioner of the Enforcement Group, Deputy Commissioner Arnel Alcaraz at the time. So, I'm not sure if it's plywood. Don't quote me on that, off the record. So,
No,
she was trying to...
Let the record show that the resource person is unsure of the content.
Unsure. It was either tiles or plywood. So at the time, she was trying to meet with the commissioner to try to explain why, to explain that her shipment was actually not alertable and to complain that her shipment was put on hold without an alert order.
Okay. So in short, nakikiusap na may pasok na container.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Yung unnamed BOC employee, ano naman yung pagpapahiwatig niya sa inyo?
The unnamed BOC employee just came to my office regarding the 60-plus shipments which were alerted by the commissioner at the start of his term. He asked me if I could help him, and then he showed me a text message from a certain man's. But I told him I don't care. And then I told him to leave my office.
Okay. To be fair, certain mans. Hindi naman ho tinutukoy si Attorney Carpio or anyone. To be fair.
I don't know. Yes, I don't know, Your Honor.
Okay. So may pinakita siyang text message sa'yo nang galing from a certain mans na nagsasabing magpasok ng 60 containers.
To lift the alert. Tulungan to lift the shipment.
Ano po yung nangyari sa 60 containers na yon? Naipasok ba siya or nai-check ba siya?
The last thing I heard about those 60 containers, Your Honor, was that the district collector issued a WSD.
What is that?
The warrant of seizure and detention.
Alright.
Because there was a misdeclaration.
Alright. So in short, hindi naman nakapasok yung 60 na yon. Na-check siya.
I wouldn't know, Your Honor. That would be for the district collector to
Alright.
answer.
Commissioner La Peña, would we be able to find out? May tutukoy naman ho ni Attorney Mandy kung ano yung 60 containers kung ano yung panahon na yon, ano po yung mga circumstances around those 60 containers. May tutukoy niyo po yan.
Your Honor, the command center would have a file of that.
Okay. Either Commissioner La Peña or Captain Gambala, are you still in the command center or nag-resign na ho kayo?
No, the command center was already deactivated, sir.
Deactivated?
Yeah.
But are you still in the BOC or nag-resign na po
As
kayo?
Deputy Commissioner of MISTG, sir.
Nandiyan pa rin kayo?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Pwede niyo po bang malaman, gusto ho naming malaman sa komite, kung ano po yung nangyari dun sa 60 containers na yon? Will you be able to find out?
I'll find out the date, sir, if, because according to Attorney Mandy, it was early, around June. And the command center, I think, was created September.
Okay.
So
Pero may files naman kayo,
I'll
surely,
try to
no?
look at it, sir.
Alright, pwede nyo bang mahanap yan? Maybe you can ask some of your staff in the
Yes.
back. Kasi gusto nating malaman. Mahalaga kung pumasok nga ba to o hindi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, mahalaga na malaman natin ano ba talaga nangyari sa containers na yan.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so in short, Attorney Mandy, dalawang grupong nagpapahiwatig sa inyo, 2 of the 5 na binanggit ni Senator Lacson, are real, no? Totoo po yan. At least may confirmation tayo na 2 of the 5 are may physical people na humarap po sa inyo. Tama po.
For the Davao Group, Your Honor, he just said containers to ng Davao Group.
Okay. So, in short, and I think ito naman
I
so
don't know
far,
if he was a member of the Davao Group.
yes, in short, so far, ang masasabi natin, may gumagamit ng
Yes.
pangalan na Davao Group.
For sure, Your Honor, meron.
At mamaya, I want to go to Charlie Tan because in Senator Lacson's expose, it was Charlie Tan of Davao Group. No?
With the permission of Senator Aquino, Mr. Chairman, just to pursue, are you good with faces, Attorney Mandy?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
So you don't know the name of this person, but can you identify him when you see him again?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that should be easy. And you say that he is a BOC employee.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please identify this person. May booklet po ba kayo ng mga empleyado, Commissioner La Peña?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We instruct Attorney Mandy to go over maybe the Secretariat can assist her. Can we have her go over the faces of the employees para matukoy ho natin kung sino ito?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, may next...
Mr. Chairman, baka pwedeng isama na si Gemma Castillo doon sa
sige po.
identify.
Yes, I will do that.
Si Gemma Castillo ay physically, ako yung pangalan po nandun. Oh, physically ba nakita kayo, Mark, ni Gemma Castillo? Nagharap ba kayo o sa text lang?
Nagharap po kami.
Oh, so malalaman mo rin kung sino si Gemma Castillo sa mga photos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, sige. So, Mr. Chairman, can we ask the Secretary to facilitate the identification of this certain BOC employee and Gemma Castillo?
I already did. In fact, I was about to ask this certain Jojo na sinabi ni Captain Gambala, hindi niya kilala. Baka yan rin yun. No? Kasi apparently lumalabas, the chairman asked you, Mr. Gambala, do you know him? He said you don't know him. Sabi ni Mr. Estrella, I heard the name. Pero tinanong ko rin si Mr. Torres, do you sure that there's no Jojo Backward working in the office of the commissioner? Ito yung contact ni Mr. Taguba. No, sir. No, sir. Have you ever come across a person by the name of Mr. Jojo Backward kay Ms. Anderson? No, Your Honor. In fact, I checked the records and we have no one by the name of Jojo Backward. Eh, lumalabas, Jojo Backward is a consultant. Contractual employee. Ito, meron akong record. Oh. Kaya nga, nakakapagduda kayo dyan. Ang kanyang anti-smuggling operations coordinator, si Joseph Teofilo Bacud, from January 2, 2017 to June 30, 2017. Maraming mysterious people, Gemma Castillo, and all of you say you do not know.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. As far as Jojo Bacud is concerned, I remember Senator Soto instructed me to find out who he is, sir.
No, you found out already.
Yes, actually, sir, is asking if he's a military or a former military or from
He
PNA,
is. He's
sir.
a dropout.
Yes, sir. He was not able to graduate, sir. I think
Right.
he in the 80s, I think, sir, 80s class.
But he is, in fact, a contractual service employee of your area, of
Yes,
your department.
yes, sir. I investigated that person, sir, and I asked the people concerned because his name was identified with SSPDC, sir. So I asked the head of SSPDC. Actually, sir, ang sinabi niya, sir, yes, he applied, sir, to be a contractual employee for SSPDC, pero hindi nila tinanggap, sir, because of some derogatory information. But I later found out, sir, when we were looking for that Jojo Bacud, he was assigned in a new department, sir.
He is an employee.
Yes, sir.
I
think
asked you, Attorney Anderson, I asked Mr. Torres, all of you said no, you have no record. In fact, the last question I asked you, And I'm not trying to jump on you. I really don't know him, sir, but we found out that he was not really, he worked under SSB, but he was not taken after some time, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because of a derogatory report. You said that last time.
Yes, sir.
So si Gemma Castillo and all the others have to appear.
Yes, sir. We'll find those names, sir, if they're still with the BOC, sir.
No, they are already there.
Yes, sir.
So please don't give us let us go on a wild goose chase because alam namin na andyan niya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman.
We are going to have already instructed the Secretary.
Yes, and Chairman, once we find that unnamed BOC official that showed the text message to Attorney Mandy, I wish we can invite him here also para magpaliwanag po siya sa kanyang text message.
So ordered.
All right, thank you. Okay, my questions are for Attorney Carpio. No? Attorney Carpio, yung kliyente po ninyo ay si Mr. Reta, is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, and I'm familiar with the case of Mr. Reta. Baka pwede nyo pong i-explain kung ano po yung kwento ni Mr. Reta. Kasi I know the group who has been supporting him in Davao have tried to support him way back, no? Years back. So baka ho quickly pwede nyo pong ikwento, Attorney Carpio, kung ano po yung case ho ni Mr. Reta.
Mr. Chair, actually I've already asked permission kasi lawyer-client privilege, pero Mr. Reta allowed me to speak. The case involves, matagal na po to, with regard sa designated examination area wherein papasok yung mga containers, check nila. And there was one incident wherein merong mga containers, naka-declare yata parang construction materials pa yun or what, na-alert. So sabi niya, oh, kailangan i-check yan. So what happened? Ang nangyari, hindi na check, hindi na strip, hindi na open, pinalabas po ng mga customs officials sa
This is in the Davao port?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Ganun po nangyari. So, naging crusade po ni Mr. Reta na expose itong anomaly sa Davao. And he approached me, kasi since sa Davao po, wala ho siyang pwedeng lapitan para tulungan, para hindi po masira yung image sa Davao City. Ganun po yung...
Okay, and in fact, he also approached members of Ateneo de Davao and other NGOs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Alright, so yung crusade ni Mr. Reta ay ibukas yung x-ray machines para ma-check yung pumapasok na shipment mula sa Davao Port. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At yun ba yung rason kung bakit ka pumunta kay Commissioner Faldon?
Mr. Chair, I went to Mr. Faldon, Commissioner Faldon, to explain to him, kasi bago lang po siya nakaupo nun, the details, kasi I don't think na he's familiar. In fact, Attorney Mandy was also there. She took notes. The records will show. I was with Mr. Reta.
Okay, Attorney Mandy, ito nga ba yung topic of conversation ni Attorney Carpio at ni Commissioner Faldon?
Your Honor, I was not part of that meeting, Your Honor. It was another executive assistant of the Commissioner. Before they started their meeting, I stepped out.
Attorney Carpio? Ma'am,
Hindi ako doon nag-note. Mr. Chair.
She was there, pero lumabas po
Yeah, we just met there.
In any case,
I saw him at the office.
another executive assistant was there.
Yes, Your
Who is that?
At that time, Your Honor, I believe it was Vivian Tan. Yes, but we got the minutes from that meeting.
Okay, at yun nga ba yung napag-usapan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright.
That was...
So, Attorney Carpio, gusto ko lang tanongin, no? May nangyari ba pagkatapos nung meeting na yon? It seems like a reasonable request. Gamitin itong 250 million X-ray machine para pagpasok ng mga container sa Davao Port, na-check siya. Anyway, nabili na yan ng customs. Nagamit ba yun o hindi? Ginagamit ba siya ngayon o hindi?
Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, hindi pa ho nagagamit yung...
Okay, so may X-ray machine sa Davao Port and yet hindi ito ginagamit. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And you had gone to Commissioner Faldon to ask na gamitin na to. At yun yung kusada ni Mr. Reta.
If it's possible, Mr. Chair, kasi it's already pending before the courts. It's within the Supreme Court. I think we believe that there's a need that these
DEA should be used
Okay.
as security sa
Okay.
Davao Port po.
Okay. Thank you. Now, gusto ko lang tanungin, yung Davao Port, may mga issues tayo sa Davao Port. Ilang taon na yan na yung case ni Mr. Reta, ilang taon na yan na meron talagang nakikitang anomalies or irregularities at the Davao Port?
Actually, Mr. Chair, the issue, yung pumasok na po, year 2010 po yan eh.
Okay,
Yung
so
pumasok
for
na
the
po.
last 7 years, may mga issue sa Davao Port na ikaw na mismo yung naging abogado ng taong nagtatry na ayusin yan. Is that correct?
Actually, Mr. Chair, as collaborating counsel, marami po kaming lawyers.
Marami kayo. Alright. So, itong issue natin sa Davao Port, lumalabas ba yung pangalan ni Charlie Tan sa mga issue sa Davao Port?
I have no knowledge po.
Hindi mo rin kilala si
Hindi ko
Charlie
po
Tan?
alam.
Alright. Hindi mo rin kilala si Charlie Tan?
Charlie Tan po, kilala ko po si Charlie Tan.
Okay. Ano yung pagkakakilala mo sa kanya?
Businessman po siya. May nightclub and he's engaged in seafood.
Alright. So for the record, may alam ka ba tungkol kay Charlie Tan at sa mga gawain sa port?
I have no knowledge.
Alright. Only because si Charlie Tan, paulit-ulit lumalabas yung pangalan. No? Lumabas yung pangalan kay Las Cañas, lumabas yung pangalan sa privilege speech ni Senator Lacson. At gusto nating malaman kung ano ba talaga yung ginagawa ni Charlie dito sa port. No? So, I'll ask Mr. Dong, kaibigan nyo rin si Charlie Tan, no?
Yes po.
Alright. Anong pagkakakilala mo kay Charlie Tan?
Charlie Tan is a legitimate businessman in Davao, but I've been known him for like almost 10 years. Pero never pa kami nagkaroon ng any transaction.
So, wala kayong
Wala po.
business dealings but personally magkaibigan kayo?
Yes po.
Alright. Tuloyin ko na rin kita, Kenneth. Yung mga napapangalanan na Tita Nani tsaka Jack, kaya alam mo ba yon?
Wala pong kilala kahit sinong contact ni Mr. Mark Taguba sa custom.
Alright. Mark, si Charlie Tan ba na kilala mo ba si Charlie Tan?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Okay. Nabanggit ba siya ni Tita Nani at ni Jack? To be fair lang.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nababanggit siya?
Babanggit lang po.
Ano yung pagkabanggit ni Tita Nani at ni Jack kay Charlie Tan?
Ano po yung nabanggit po siya nung sa hearing po dati. Yun po ata yung sa Jack Lam. Yun lang po.
Jack Lam?
Yung alam ko po may hearing po ata.
Okay, we can check with the records, Mr. Chairman, if he was mentioned in the Jack Lam. I don't recall him being mentioned. But binabanggit siya ni Jack o ni Tita Nani?
Yes, sure. May binabanggit po siya.
Silang dalawa o isa lang sa kanila?
Si Tita Nani po.
Nababanggit ni Tita Nani. Na-identify na ba natin kung sino si Tita Nani?
Hindi ko po, binigay ko po yung ano. Binigay ko na po yung
Mr. Chairman, have we identified the identity of Tita Nani?
NBI? I gave it to the NBI to check.
Your Honor, please, as a result of the investigation of the NBI, we request our clearance section if indeed a certain Nani Kabato applied for an NBI clearance together with Jojo Bakut, and we found out that they have not applied for any NBI clearance. So I suppose, Your Honor, that this is just a name given by Nani. This is not the real name.
May I just
Yes, please.
give this
Senator Lacson.
information? Nimpa Alcantara Cabato. Kindly run a record check. Nimpa Alcantara Cabato.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll do that, Your Honor.
At mamumukuhaan mo naman, Mark, si Tita Nani, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, so kung may pakita ni Director yan sa iyo, you could possibly identify kung yan nga si Tita Nani.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Si Jack, Director, have we identified who Jack is?
Up to now, Your Honor, our investigator has not yet established any whereabouts of a certain Jack. If given the opportunity to obtain his surname, we can more or less...
Mark, si Jack ba ay empleyado ng BOC? Was there any indication na empleyado siya ng BOC?
No, Your Honor.
No. Alright. So definitely, si Tita Nani tsaka si Jack, hindi mga empleyado ng BOC.
No, hindi po, Your Honor.
Meron ka ba nakatransact na empleyado ng BOC na hindi pa naibabanggit yung pangalan, mga aliases? O yun palang nabanggit ni Senator Lacson na pangalan?
Nabigay ko na po
Lahat. Okay. Alright. So let me just ask, no, si Charlie Tan, naibanggit na ni Las Cañas, naibanggit ni Senator Lacson, kaibigan ni Kenneth Dong. Vice Mayor Duterte, sino si Charlie Tan po sa inyo?
Kaibigan ko po.
Alright, anong pagkakakilala mo sa kanya?
No. May-ari ng ETK-TV. May business sa Palawan, yung mga seafood. And meron din siyang babuyan. Yun yung mga negosyo niya. Minsan naman, nagiinuman kami. Kainuman ko po.
Okay. Itong nababanggit, no, kasi more than once na siya nabanggit dito. Sa tingin mo ba posible na may involvement siya sa pagpasok ng mga container sa port, or sa tingin mo hindi ito posible dun sa Charlie Tan ho na kilala ninyo?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I think Charlie can best answer that question.
All right. So have we invited Mr. Chairman? Have we invited Charlie Tan to the Mr. Chairman? Have we invited Mr. Charlie Tan here? All right. Maybe we can invite Charlie Tan so he can answer for himself, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, we'll do that.
All right. Commissioner La Peña, no? Kayo po PDEA po noon. In any
Yes,
of
Your
your,
Honor.
just to be fair, no, in any of your records, meron ho bang Charlie Tan na identify ninyo, na investigate ninyo, o nasa watchlist po ninyo nung, of course this is unfair because you're now with Customs, no, pero I'm sure nire-research nyo naman po ito. At any point, was there a Charlie Tan in the PDEA records?
We'll check our record, Your Honor.
Alright, so in the next hearing, pwede nyo bang banggitin sa amin kung meron ngang nasa libro po ninyo na iniimbestigahan na Charlie Tan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, Mr. Chairman, I'm done for the first round. Maraming salamat.
Sir, just a point of clarification, sir.
Yes, please.
We'll just ask, sir, again, sir, the name of name the name given by Senator Lacson, sir. Just a correction, sir, if it's Nimpa Alcantara Cabato, sir, or Cabato, sir, with O, sir, or U, because we will also look for her name in the bureau, sir, if she's an employee, sir.
Senator Lacson, is it Nimpa Alcantara Cabato?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Captain
Sir.
Gambala is asking whether that's
Sir, if it's with an O or U in the ending.
Oh, with an O.
O, sir, because we'll also check
Yeah,
sa
I know.
bureau,
May
sir.
kabato rin talaga because
Yes, sir. Yes,
meron may underclassman na kabato.
Opo, sir. Thank you, sir.
I understand that this person is married to a former P-mayor. So, yung sinasabi ni Senator Lacson na underclassman, baka yun yan. You. That doesn't matter. You or O, check them both. Senator,
Balik ko lang po doon sa issue ng droga, nakakalimutan eh. At dito po, huwag nating kalimutan at libo-libo na naman namamatay dahil dito sa war on drugs. Kay Commissioner La Peña, hindi ba sa ilalim ng batas sa Dangerous Drugs Act, ang penalty for importation of dangerous drugs is life imprisonment at if there is death, life imprisonment to death, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, may nasampahan na ba ng kaso dito for this importation? Broker, consignee, may we know for the record what is the status of the investigation?
On this, on the case of the 604 kilos, Your Honor, as far as PDEA is concerned, we have a parallel investigation going on, and we are almost ready. The PDEA, they are almost ready to file the case.
Senator
But,
Lacson, excuse me, Senator Dillon, for the record, this is the opt-in time. I reminded them. And they told me they had a very good case. And they said it was with the Secretary of Justice. When I bumped into the Secretary of Justice the other day, I told him the case is in your table, and he said it's in the NBI. So what is it now? Just to follow up the case with the permission of Senator Dillon. Where is the case with the NBI?
Your Honor, I think it is still pending with the Department of Justice. I think it is set for preliminary investigation.
So a case has been filed by the NBI in the Department of Justice?
Yes, Your Honor.
When was this case filed?
I think about 3 weeks ago, Your Honor, we
3
already
weeks
filed
ago.
a case.
So what about middle of August pa? And no, is that correct?
Your Honor, let me check for,
Yes, please.
for my record. We filed it August 14
Yeah, August 14.
with the Department of Justice.
Huh? Go ahead. Yeah.
With the permission of Senator Dillon. Sino yung mga respondents? Pakiulit lang, dahil sinabi niyo sa akin lahat sila. Pakiulit lang.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to read the respondents in this case. We recommended the filing of cases against Chen Yi-min. This is the Taiwanese who
Yung supposed to be catcher, the recipient.
who occupied the apartment of Miss Emily Lee, together with Jumin Jung. The third is Fidel Anoche. Fourth is Chen Julong, alias Richard Tan, alias Richard Chen. Fourth is Li Guang Feng, alias Manny Lee. The sixth is Dong Yen Xing. This is alias Kenneth Dong. Seventh is Mark Ruben Taguba. Eighth is TJ Marciliana. And ninth is Irene May Tatad. The case that we recommended to be filed against them are this one. For importation of dangerous drugs under Section 4 RA 9165, which is the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. And number 2 case that we filed is an authorized practice of customs broker profession under Section 28 of RA 9280, which is the Customs Brokers Act, against the three of them, Li Guangfeng, alias Manny Lee, Dong Yi Xian, alias Kenneth Dong, and Mark Ruben Taguba.
Now, this was filed on August 14. Is there anybody from the Department of Justice here, Mr. Chairman? We would like to know exactly what is the status. It has been 3 weeks.
Your Honor, please, as I understand it, considering that there is no representative from DOJ, I think a task group was formed by the Department of Justice who will handle this case.
We will invite them at the next hearing.
Well, anyway, one of those mentioned is here as a respondent, Mr. Taguba. Mark, have you received the summons to file a counter affidavit?
Not yet.
That's exactly where the status is. It has been 3 weeks since it has been filed. One of the respondents is here. The Department of Justice has not deemed it important to give it priority attention, notwithstanding the publicity it has generated. Mr. Mark Taguba has not even been required to file a counter affidavit, and I assume the others who were there, who are here, Kenneth Dong, etc. So, just for the record.
Yung meron na po ako natanggap.
Ikaw meron na. Oh.
Ano natanggap mo? For rape? Ha? Ano?
Yung for the...
Drugs?
Yes.
Meron na.
Okay.
Yung iba?
Meron na rin po ako na-receive.
Ms. Tatad, sino pa? Ikaw, TJ?
None, Your Honor, at this time.
Are you sure you have not received any, Mr. Taguba?
Wala pa po.
Now,
Yes.
Your
already
Honor,
received.
our investigators, Your Honor, from the NBI also received a summon from the DOJ.
when is it set for hearing?
When,
None yet.
I think, Your Honor, it's September 18.
Huh? Sorry?
September 18, Your Honor.
Anyway, sige, let's... Now,
For the record, Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Chen has not received any.
baka naman walang mga address yung inyong complaint na final sa Department of Justice kaya hindi ma-serve yung summons.
Your Honor, there are addresses here indicated in our charge sheet. As for Ruben Taguba, it's addressed at his office at Golden Strike Logistics, 1763 LE Unit. Unit
All right.
15.
Anyway, we need not tarry so long on this issue, just a matter of the Department of Justice giving this committee the exact information. Just one more question. You know, when I was Secretary of Justice, one of the most difficult issues that would always, that we are confronted with is when it comes to trial, nawawala yung contraband or nababawasan, kinakain ng daga. Two-leg rats. I am concerned. Here we have 604 kilos of shabu, the biggest, I assume one of the biggest in history. May we know where this contraband is now, who has possession of it, because it's very critical that in the prosecution, the chain of possession is very critical, and the identification of the contraband of the drugs. Who has possession?
Actually, Your Honor, insofar as the NBI is concerned, we have in the custody of our Forensic Chemistry Division 502 kilos of so-called shabu, together with the cylinder and the crate. So it's now in the custody of our Forensic Chemistry Division, Your Honor.
How much was apprehended? 604.
Kilos.
604.
But they're also missing 1 ton and a half of white powder, which Senator...
No, just on what was apprehended. 604.
All of those were apprehended.
Yes, 604 kilos.
Yes.
502 is in the custody of the NBI. Where is the remaining 102?
Your Honor, I think it's in the custody of the PIDEA.
Your Honor, PIDEA has 100 kilos of that shipment.
May kulang pa rin 2 kilo. Kinain ba ng daga ito? Hindi naman.
Mr. Baguera?
Huh?
PIDEA?
Sir, sa pagkakaalam ko po, yung per bag ho, hindi ho eksaktong 100, 1 kilo yung per bag. Doon po sa nakita kong laboratory result ng NBI. So, possible ho, kumonti siya nung winay.
Nung winay.
There's a chain of custody, Mr. Chairman, so we just follow what's recorded. From the time the shabu or the meth were confiscated, up to the time that it reached NBI and PIDEA.
That is why it's very critical for purposes of the prosecution that the chain of possession is a chain of custody is clearly established. Now, under the law, PIDEA is supposed to have physical custody. Why is this still with the NBI?
Your Honor, the NBI and the PIDEA has a memorandum of agreement, I think way back 2008. And it was agreed in that memorandum of agreement, because at that time the PIDEA was just starting its operation because of the infancy of this law creating the PIDEA. So at that time, I think the PIDEA has no laboratory equipment at that time that it opened, as well as the warehouse where they will store these drugs. Now, your question, Your Honor, about that why it is still in the custody of the NBI. Dahil po, yung unang-una, yung huli namin sa San Juan na 890 kilos, ay ito po, nasa NBI rin, in-examine ng forensic chemist ng NBI. Upon orders of the court, unti-unti pong itinurn over ito sa custody ng PIDEA.
So, what is the relation of this 800 kilos in San Juan to the 604 kilos that we're talking about?
What I'm saying, Your Honor, is yung custody po kasi ang tinatanong nyo. Why is it...
Opo, yes, because let me tell you, you are aware that under the law, it is the PDEA who shall take charge and have custody of all dangerous drugs seized or surrendered for proper disposition. So why is this not being followed?
Your Honor, it is because yun nga po, mayroong MOA between PIDEA and the NBI.
The MOA cannot change the law. The law says PIDEA. And the reason why I am pointing that out is that there is, the drugs are supposed to be submitted to PIDEA for forensic examination within 24 hours. And then, once the case is filed in court, it is supposed to destroy, or PIDEA is supposed to destroy this contraband para po hindi gagawing recycle, hindi i-recycle. That's the rationale behind this. The NBI is supposed to turn it over. The custody under the law is supposed to be with PIDEA, and after the case is filed in court, there is a process within 24 hours you proceed with the destruction of the contraband to prevent recycling of the and putting this back on the streets. Is this being followed?
Your Honor, if you may allow me, please, I have with me here the chief of our anti-drugs unit, so he can address your query, Your Honor.
Yes. Because you may end up this case being dismissed on technicalities, especially on chain of custody.
State your name, please.
I'm Attorney Ross Tangalicia.
Have you taken your oath previously?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, this is a new inquiry. Go ahead.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation? Yes. Thank you. Please take your seat.
Please answer the question.
Yes, Your Honor. Section 21 is not absolute, Your Honor. There is an exception. The law says is that for justifiable reason, the law enforcement agency may not comply with the provisions of Section 21 as long as the integrity and the evidentiary value of the evidence are preserved, Your Honor.
It's precisely what we're saying. The evidentiary value is preserved, and you're not following the letter of the law in a criminal case gives ground for the counsel for the accused to shoot your dispute your evidence.
Your Honor, that's not the only reasons, Your Honor, that we have the evidence. Under the law, Your Honor, as interpreted by the Supreme Court, the NBI may receive, they may take custody, and they may...
But are you not supposed to turn it over to the PIDEA?
Yes, Your Honor, but there's also a guidelines that was passed by the PIDEA, which says that the NBI may use its facilities in the examination of in the examination of the evidence that were submitted to them by other law enforcement agency, Your Honor. And, and there is need a court order for the turnover of the evidence to the PDEA.
Well, anyway, I'll ask a general question if somebody can answer. Is there somebody from the PDEA here? Yes, you are Mr. Can you identify yourself?
Balquiedra.
Balquiedra.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, what is the level of your inventory of confiscated drugs insofar as shabu is concerned?
Sir, we have fully complied with the requirements section
I'm asking
21.
you, what is your inventory? As of now? Or ilan bang hawak nyo?
Your Honor,
Yes, General Penny.
with the permission of the Chair,
Please.
the level of shabu inventory with PDEA at present is 100 kilos.
100 kilos.
Yes, Your Honor. That's the part of the 604 kilos that is.
No, I'm talking about the general inventory. Not only this 100. This is part the shipment.
No, yeah, because we have just distracted, Your Honor. We always distract as fast as we can. If that's why the shabu, the inventory right now is 100 kilos, Your Honor.
So, you have destroyed all the previous confiscations? That's what you're telling us?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's good to know because under the law, you're supposed to do that.
Yes, Your Honor, and we do that, Your Honor.
All right, good. So what is in issue now is, what about this 800 kilos that you're saying? You just mentioned 800 apart from the 500 that you're holding. 500 kilos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have custody of this?
Your Honor, insofar as the 890 kilos of shabu, which was confiscated in San Juan, there was already an order of the court and the NBI complied with it. It was already turned over to the PDEA because the court went to the NBI to hear that case.
Okay, so is it with PDEA? Has this been destroyed, Mr. La Peña?
Yes, Your Honor.
The 800?
Yes, we don't have by any other in our inventory except the 100 kilos, Your Honor.
Okay. Yes. Ano?
Your Honor, I think it's still in the custody of the NBI.
I'm sorry?
It's still in the custody of the NBI, Your Honor.
Which one, the 800?
Yes, Your Honor.
Akala ko ba tinurn over? So
Your Honor, there is a need for a court order before we can, because it's a subject of a search warrant, Your Honor. We have,
Your Honor.
Which, General La Peña, you said you received it already. Have
May
you
I
received it or not?
correction, Your Honor. We have not received it 100 kilos, Your Honor.
All right.
So where is it? Is it with the NBI?
NBI.
I think so, Your Honor.
I think.
You think so?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you come back and confirm that? Or make a call right now?
Yes, sir.
How long has it been in your possession?
Since we seized it last December 23, Your Honor.
23, 2016.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And you have not been complying with the law to turn it over with PDEA?
Your Honor, I think we have a solid legal ground to...
What?
We have a solid legal ground, Your Honor, to back up our position on this matter.
So, it's not a question of legal possession. The
law is very clear.
Why are we so jealous of our power when on who should have custody? When in fact the law says PDEA. And what is wrong with turning it over to PDEA? Why do you have to state you have a strong legal ground to hold on?
Your Honor, I think the possession of the NBI is legal and above board, Your Honor. I think what we're trying to say here is that the possession of there's no problem whether the drugs is in the possession of the NBI or with the PDEA.
Why have you not, is there a case pending on this already, the 800?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Have you taken steps to have this, on this shabu destroyed?
Yes, Your Honor. I think right now in they have the judge has already conducted an ocular inspection. And it's the hearing is ongoing, Your Honor.
The hearing on the what?
Of the case and
No,
for the
I'm
destruction,
asking
Your
about the
Honor.
destruction.
Yes, Your Honor.
The law is very clear on that. You are supposed to destroy it in 24 hours.
Yes, Your Honor, but I think the Supreme Court has already interpreted this question, Your Honor.
You know, we are just looking and preventing a situation where this goes back to the street, and don't give me all of these legal issues being complied with. Ang hinahanap lang natin dito, ito ba'y sinusunod yung batas na dapat sirain itong kontraband na ito sa loob ng sa loob ng isang araw? Have you complied with this?
Yes, Sir Honor, I think the process is already ongoing. I think the power to destroy it lies with the court. It's not with the NBI, Your Honor.
All right. Anyway, we'll cut it short. Just submit to me, to the committee, a complete report on this 806 and 604, specifically focusing on the issue of custody and the matter of complying with the law to destroy this contraband. Can we have a complete report by Monday?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll do that.
Thank you, so that we'll not waste time.
For the record, Mr. Senator Drilon, this whole thing was botched by Customs when the NBI, not even the NBI was called to the scene. It was the friend of Mr. Estrella whom he called. He did not call the NBI. The NBI later on followed suit, and the PDEA came in a little later after the PDEA, after the NBI. Really is a botch operation. And one of my conclusions is that it was either deliberately done, because your questions were in the right direction, because we're not only looking for the drugs as taken in the cylinder, but also the white powder, allegedly almost over a ton of white powder, and about 16 other moldings that have not been accounted for, which I'd like to have the NBI account for. You will recall I asked for an inventory from Customs of all the stuff that they got from that warehouse. Has that been done? Mr. Gambala? General La Peña, would you please make sure that it happens? Get it from Mr. Estrella?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hopefully by Monday also?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because we'd like to account for everything in the packing list. The correct packing list. So ordered. Senator Drilon is finished. Would you like to ask questions, Senator? All right. Senator Trillanes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Before I ask my questions, let me just manifest that okay. Anyway, the name given to me as Tita Nani is Nani Cabato Coronacion. And I believe that's the right one, Vice Mayor. Is that correct? Anyway, kinausap na siya ng DOJ noong Monday. So I believe this time we got it right. Hopefully.
Mr. Vice Mayor for that?
No, I withdrew my question. Anyway, doon sa kanina kong punto regarding sa triad, doon sa kaalaman ng lahat, itong triad ay isang sindikato na base sa China, Hong Kong, Macau,
At ito ay engaged sa iba't ibang criminal activities, kasama na rito yung pag-import ng illegal na droga. At base sa the same information na binigay sa akin, na nagsabi nga na member itong si Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte ng Triad, at kasama na si Charlie Tan, by the way, ito rin ang reason kung bakit may mga naging transshipment point yung Port of Davao ng cocaine. So, ipapakita ko yung iba't ibang news articles to show that na nung mayor pa itong si Presidente Duterte, na sinasabi niya galit na galit siya sa droga at wala daw nangyayari sa Davao na hindi niya alam, pero I would cite 4 instances ng incidents ng discovery ng cocaine. So ito hindi ito inapprehend ng agencies, kung hindi yung mga workers mismo na nagpapak ng mga goods for export may nadidiscover na mga pack na cocaine doon mismo sa container van.
So, with the permission of Senator Trillanes, for our better appreciation, when we eventually signed the committee report, Senator Trillanes made mention of an intelligence report. May we be furnished with a copy of that intelligence report para naman for our proper guidance pagka pipirma kami ng committee report? Is that a fair...
That's a legitimate question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And legitimate request which I was going
If he is
to
not
ask.
in possession, it was just transmitted to him via SMS or any other means of communication. Maybe we can subpoena the records of whatever intelligence unit provided the information to Senator Trillanes.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Let me ask a question. Do you have the source?
Mr. Chairman, you know the nature of such intelligence information. I will be willing to convey the
And
source
security
to...
clearance is quite high,
Yes.
being senator, so maybe you can entrust.
Yes, yes. In executive session or in confidence, I will gladly divulge.
But Senator Lacson is correct. We would have to get that to be able to be sure that when we
Yes.
make the committee report, we have something to base it on.
I totally agree, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, the drug shipment in Davao City, dito nyo lang papakita kung gaano kapeke yung war on drugs na sinasabi ni Presidente Duterte. Ito, nangyari ito, mayor siya. Sige. Cocaine ang ginagawang transshipment point, ang Port of Davao, the same modus nitong nangyayari. Ngayon lang, nag-graduate kasi presidente na yung si Duterte, dito na sila sa Manila International Container Port. So dito, yung mga container na yan, shipped to Davao City from Malaysia. Then discover nung mga nagre-repack at papasok dun sa container van itong mga cocaine. Tapos ni-report nila sa otoridad. Hindi ito na-discover. Kagaya nitong nangyari dito sa 600 kilos na shabu, hindi ito na-discover ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno. Nakalusot sa customs, nakalusot sa PIDEA, tinimbre. Sige, next. So, ito. Yan. December, 2014. Ay, March 2014. So, yan, hindi nahuhuli ito. Ito ay na-discover, sinumbong nung mga nagkakarga ng mga saging. May nakita nila na may cocaine bars doon sa container van at nireport nila sa otoridad. So, syempre, nireport na, obligado na. So, ito yung sinasabi ko lang na meron bang, kung alam mo nang namamatay yung pumapatay doon ng mga drug lord yung mayor ng Davao City din, ito nga si Presidente Duterte, sino maglalakas loob doon pa sa Davao gagawin itong mga ito? Okay? Ngayon, sasabihin, okay, circumstantial, sige, next. So, sige pa. O yan. Okay, another incident. Sige, next. Okay. So these are just examples. Okay. Ngayon, babalik tayo dun sa allegation ko na merong tattoo ng triad si Mr. Paulo Duterte. Inamin niya na meron siyang tattoo. Ngayon, tinatanong ako ng ebidensya. Ang ebidensya po ng membership ng triad ay yung tattoo mismo kasi meron siyang sacred digits. Ngayon, kung willing itong si Vice Mayor Duterte, pipicture natin, tapos papadala natin sa USDA para i-decode. Kung willing ka lang naman. Kung willing ka lang naman. Are you willing, Vice Mayor Duterte?
No way.
Oh, no. Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry. Mr. Chair, no way.
Okay. So, makita nyo, bakit kung wala naman yung tattoo na yan di ba? Ano naman yung ibibigay mo yung picture sa amin? We can ask the Sergeant at Arms to accompany you. Kukuha na lang sa likod. Bibigay natin yung picture sa USDA para ma-decode kung saang faction ka. Are you willing? Are you willing to do that?
No, Mr. Chair.
Oh, no, bakit naman? Kung wala kang tinatago, kung tattoo lang naman dyan sa ano yan, pinagawa mo kung saan, you should not be afraid na may mapafind out dyan. Vice Mayor.
I already answered the question, Mr. Chair.
So ayaw mo talaga? Ayaw mo talagang ipakita dahil baka may ma-decode nga? Ganon.
Mr. Chair, ilang beses ko ba sagutin na ayaw ko?
Already answered.
Mr. Chairman, dito naman sa ating committee, medyo liberal tayo kasi yung mga ganyang paulit-ulit na tanong sa korte, hindi pinapayagan, but dito ay liberal. Malay mo nyo, magbagong isip, Mr. Chairman. I just asked.
It depends on the chairman.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So, anyway, so maliwanag. Talagang ayaw mo. Kasi yun yung proof Nahanapan ako ng proof. Andiyan dyan sa likod mo. At ando doon yung digits. Sacred digits. At kaya ayaw mo kasi pagka ibinigay ito sa DEA, madedecode kung saan ka. Okay. Anyway, punta tayo dito ngayon. Dito sa mga accounts. Sa mga accounts. Maliit yung ano. Okay. Mr. Paulo Duterte. Meron ka bang nakatira ka ba sa meron ka bang bahay na ano? Anong address mo for that matter?
Mr. Chair, 1521 Sitio San Pedro, Catalunang Grande, Davao City.
Yun ang address nyo. Sino yung nakatira sa ano? Number 9 Atlantic Avenue, Ecoland Subdivision, Phase 3, Davao City.
Mr. Chair, nanay ko po, pati si Mayor Inday.
Okay. Ang birthday mo is March 24, 1975?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Meron kang account sa Philippine National Bank, Santa Ana, Davao?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Meron. Account number 306-949-00020. Ganun po ba?
Mr. Chair, do I have to answer this irrelevant question?
If you wish to answer, you may do so.
I refuse to answer anymore, Mr. Chair.
Bakit nyo nire-refuse? Wala namang... It's up to us to determine what is relevant or
Because,
not.
Mr. Chair, this is not part of the inquiry.
Well, I will tell you kung paano magiging ano yan. I will drive at that point later. Meron ka bang bangko sa Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation, RCBC?
Mr. Chair, I refuse to answer.
Sa Bank of the Philippine Islands, Davao, main branch.
Mr. Chair, I refuse to answer.
Bakit? Mr. Chair, can I know kung the Vice Mayor is invoking the right against self-incrimination?
You may ask him.
You cannot outrightly refuse.
I am invoking the right to privacy, Mr. Chair.
Which part of the rules, Mr. Chair, that the resource person can invoke the right to privacy? Because I have the rules. No, but let him.
Mr. Chair, there is a law in the Constitution about the bank secrecy, and I have the right to privacy.
Mr. Chairman, according to Section 19 of the rules, no person can refuse to testify or be placed under oath or affirmation or answer questions before an incriminatory question is asked. So, apparently the basis that he raised is not included in our rules, Mr. Chairman.
Are you invoking your right against self-incrimination?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so which part of that question will incriminate you? Ito bang total? Pakita nyo nga yung total doon sa baba. Itong total na 104 million dito sa mga accounts ninyo. Kasi ang nakalagay dito, ang total ng mga deposits mo as of 2015 November, I'm sure lumaki na yan kasi may Davao Group na eh. So, anong masasabi mo dyan?
I refuse to answer, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, anyway, I'll move to Ms. Mandy Anderson.
Do you have a lawyer present again? I just want to be sure that you have a lawyer present, and I want to know the name of the lawyer. Yes. What is the name of the lawyer?
I'm Attorney Rainier Madrid.
Can you please speak to the microphone?
I am Attorney Rainier L. Madrid.
Yes, I just want you to know that the committee always asks for the name of the lawyer to make sure that the client is properly guided by his counsel if he is asked questions.
Yes, Your Honor. Now that you have given me recognition, I state my...
I just wanted to make sure that you have a lawyer and you are allowed to advise your counsel but not directly address the chair. Unless you're asked. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. The record state Vice Mayor Duterte is adequately represented by a counsel here as an advisor.
Ms. Anderson, na-mention ni Colonel Estrella na nakita niya si Man Scarpio bumisita sa customs. Nakita mo ba si Man Scarpio ever sa customs?
Yes, Your Honor. I met him once at the office.
You met him once at the office. Okay. Si Paulo Duterte, sa pagkakaalam mo, has he ever entered the Bureau of Customs premises?
No, Your Honor. I've
As
never
far as
seen
you know.
him.
As far as you know. kilala mo ba si Chris Bolastig by name or by face?
I know Attorney Chris Bulastig by name and face.
Name and
I've
face.
also been introduced to him personally.
Okay. Kilala ba ni Commissioner Faildon itong si Attorney Chris Bolastig, as far as you know?
Yes, Your Honor.
Magkakilala sila.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, let me now shift to Attorney Manscarpio. May kilala ka bang Ahmed Quizon na LTFRB ng Cebu City?
I do not know him, Mr. Chair.
You do not know him. Okay. So, ikaw, Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, may kilala ka bang Yusek Maria Catalina Cabral ng DPWH?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
Wala. Meron ka bang kilalang taga-road board na Executive Director, Chito Clavano?
Kilala ko po, Mr. Chair.
Kilala mo? Okay. Kasi ito yung nangihingi ng 20% sa mga congressman at ikaw ang nini-name drop. Okay? Yung mga congressman ang nagsasabi, sir eh. So, yan yung sakop yung galamay, ano? Anyway, tinanong ko lang yan, just to be sure. Ngayon pupunta tayo kay Attorney Manscarpio, dun sa kanyang accounts.
Do we have a new resolution on the road board? Do you have a new resolution on the road board investigation?
I think there is an ongoing hearings on the abolition of the road board. There is a bill on the abolition.
Then
of the
that
road board.
matter should
It
be
was
taken
heard
up in that, because I don't remember having a resolution under the present Blue Ribbon investigation.
I've already shifted,
Unless somebody will file a resolution to that effect.
I've already shifted, Mr. Chairman. I just placed that on the table. Anyway, dito sa accounts ni Mr. Manscarpio and Sara Duterte. Meron ka bang account sa Metrobank? Sa Kayamanan branch? Yes, sir. So, meron ka bang bank account sa Metrobank? You don't have to read it. You don't have to read it kung hindi mo maano.
Mr. Chair, I'm not familiar with Kayamanan Bank.
No, okay. Metrobank. In general. You have?
I have no knowledge, Mr. Chair.
You have no knowledge. Okay. Dahil dito, dito sa mga documents dito, yung mga deposits dyan, anyway, I'll be distributing this to the media, ano? Hundreds of thousands and millions, ano? And meron ka bang BDO account sa Davao City?
I have a BDO account in Claro M. Recto Avenue, Mr. Chair.
You don't have any account in Davao City, is this Rizal? Riza.
I'm not familiar with Risa, Mr. Chair.
You're not familiar. Okay, anyway, just to abbreviate this portion, let me show you the total. The total here, as of late 2015, is 121 million pesos. Do you admit or not that you have such an amount?
Mr. Chair, I invoke the bank secrecy.
Ba't ka natatawa? Ba't ka natatawa, Attorney Carpio? I'm asking you.
I invoke
Mr. Chair,
Okay.
the bank secrecy.
Yun, magtatago ka rin lang pala eh, tawa ka pa. Ngayon, so, you're not disputing itong aking allegations? You're not disputing it? Are you disputing it? Attorney Carpio.
I'm disputing it, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
So, mali ako rito. Is that what you're saying?
That is your interpretation, Mr. Chair.
No, kasi kung dinidispute mo itong ina-assert ko, ibig sabihin, it follows na mali ako. Attorney Carpio?
I already answered the question, Mr. Chair.
No, we can, as I mentioned earlier, this is not the court. We can answer it, you can ask it again for clarity. And malay mo, magbago isip mo. Mahirap sagutin, ano?
I'm disputing it, Mr. Chair, because I don't have that much money.
So,
That's
okay.
why I was smiling earlier.
Okay, so if you're disputing
Mr.
it,
Chair.
I have a pro forma copy of a waiver here. Are you willing to sign it? This question is also addressed to Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte. Anyway, kung mali ako rito, then the whole world will laugh at me. Are you willing to sign it, a waiver? Andi rito. Ito na.
Mr. Chair, I'm not willing to sign the waiver
Yan. Ikaw,
because
Vice Mayor?
I'm not familiar with those figures, Mr. Chair.
Precisely. If you're not familiar, therefore, mali ito. There's nothing to be afraid of. Kung wala yung accounts na yan, then there's nothing to be revealed.
Mr. Chair, there's nothing wrong if I don't know.
So you're not willing to sign a
Mr.
waiver?
Chair.
So you're not willing to sign a waiver, Attorney Carpio, to show to the whole country that wala kayong ganyang halagang amount na nagtatatawa ka nga eh, parang it's preposterous. But,
Excuse me.
Yes.
I would again ask the senator to refrain from editorials. Anyway,
Okay.
we are only going to go for the facts, not the editorials. So please refrain, because it doesn't give a good account of the Senate that when you're asking a question, you're conducting editorials, that you're going to bring it to the media. It's unfair to the witness. I think the witness have already answered, and if you want to ask one more time for clarification, you may do so. But let me just tell you that your time is up, and I will let you go if you are going to continue with sensible and questions on point. I'm giving you so much leeway already, and just so that there will be no questions. Precisely, I invited these people for you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, the answer, Attorney Carpio, you're not willing to answer, to sign the waiver.
Mr. Chair, I already answered. I'm not willing to sign.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, I would address the same question to Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte. Are you disputing the
Mr. Chair,
figures
I have
that
the same answer. I'll not sign the waiver.
You're not willing to sign a waiver, so you're not disputing it. You're not disputing.
I'm disputing it. I'll not
You're
sign
disputing
the
it,
waiver.
but you're not willing to sign the waiver kasi baka mas malaki pa ang lumabas. Ganun ba?
Again,
Anyway,
the editorial. Please refrain from
I'm
the
done,
editorial.
Mr. Chairman.
Try to restrain yourself from the editorials. I know that you are passionate. All right. I'm glad you're done. Is that it? Can we send these people home already? Is that it? Any more questions from the other people? Huh? Because
Just my original concern. Nililigaw ang mga pangyayari. Doon tayo asan yung 1 tonelada ng powder.
that has already been raised, even in your absence. That's how much I love you.
Yes, thank you very much. And what
You take note, please. You take note again. Here is Senator Soto reiterating the fact that there is the
Mas
white
malaki
powder.
yun kaysa sa 604 kilos na shabu.
In fact, we're having the inventory sent by Commissioner La Peña. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If there are no more questions, we
Honor,
shall call the next...
Your Honor, please. May I be recognized?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Your Honor, our Deputy Director for Technical Services texted me informing me that insofar as the 890 kilograms of drugs is concerned, 400 of kilos of which were already turned over to the PDEA upon orders of the court.
All right.
And I will submit a written report about that, Your Honor, in the next meeting.
Read the record so state that the NBI sa Director de Guzman stated. Yes, Senator Drilon.
Just on that point, I am very keen in finding out if the provisions of the law on the destruction of the shabu within 24 hours from filing the case and having an inventory within 24 hours from the time possession is taken, if these are being complied with, and therefore I want, Mr. Chairman, may we request that a detailed report from PDEA and BI be given to the committee on this point.
Actually, Mr. Chair, it's 24/72/24. Within 24 hours, should be turned over to the PDEA. Within 72 hours, an inspection should be made by the court. And after the filing, within 24 hours, the goods must be destroyed.
Yes.
That's very clear.
December pa po ito eh. Yung 800 eh.
That's why we have this problem, because they're taking for granted compliance with these very clear and strict provisions of the law. Very, very dangerous. We're having war on drugs, but the sources are
so
being...
many cases, this is according to the Supreme Court, so many cases have been dismissed, drug cases, because of Section 21, yung chain of custody.
Yes.
Apakaraming nadidismiss yan.
Nung Secretary of Justice ako marami pong nadidismiss dahil kalahati na lang napipresenta sa husgado. Pag tinanong ko na saan yung kalahati, kinain ng daga. Kaya po linagay, I was the one who insisted on those provisions in the law because of this experience that we had as prosecutors.
Well,
Currently, that is not being followed today.
there's obvious, I don't want to believe that there's rat infestation. There are rats, but it is to be sure.
Mr. Chairman, they are rats with 2 feet.
I know what the good senator is talking about.
May I be informed on the...
Well, President, we do the ruling first. PDEA is instructed. You're no longer PDEA, Sid, so don't nod your head unless you're occupying 2 positions. Mr. Balquedra.
Yeah. Mr. Chair,
yes.
the chemist of PDEA just informed me that there was indeed a quantity that was turned over to PDEA, but it's only 300, Mr. Chair. 300.
Saan? Alin?
Yung
isa 604 kilos.
Yes, Your out of the 500.
No, 604 kilos yun.
For the 800 kilos, Your Honor, only.
For the 800 kilos.
Only 300 was
have been turned over to you. Ba't sinasabi niya 400?
Yes, Your Honor.
NBI.
I just read, Your Honor. As I said, I am reading the text message of the Deputy Director of
Can
our
we be
technical...
clarified in writing?
Yes,
not
Your
in
Honor.
text. In writing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Certified.
Yes, Your Honor.
Monday. Is
Yes,
that possible? All right. And I would like to admonish the PDEA, the new PDEA General should be here, Mr. Aquino, because these are vital questions and he should be prepared to answer. Because Mr. Balquedra, what is your position there?
Chief of Seaport Interdiction Unit.
Chief of?
Seaport Interdiction Unit of PDEA NCR.
Seaport?
Yes, Your Honor.
Interdiction.
Interdiction.
All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
just to emphasize the point, we must warn PDEA, the NBI, that any public official may be punished by life imprisonment by misapplying or failing to account for the confiscated, seized or surrendered dangerous drugs. This is a very stern penalty. And the way you guys sound, it seems that we cannot even account for 100 kilos somewhere floating around. Just a fair warning to all of you that under the law, failure to account for confiscated, seized, or surrendered dangerous drugs is subject to punishment of life imprisonment or death if death is available. That is under Section 27 of the Dangerous Drugs Act. I hope that we warn you enough that this is no laughing matter. This is not a matter that you should take lightly. This is a very serious issue. Thousands of deaths have taken place because of the so-called war on drugs. And as I was discussing with my colleagues yesterday, we keep on wondering, if there is so much demand, who is satisfying the demand? Saan ba nanggagaling itong mga drogang ito? Obviously, a big source is our ports, our very porous ports. So this is a matter that we should take seriously because the penalties under the law are very serious. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So, Mr.
Yes,
Chairman,
Mr. Soto.
before you adjourn,
How do you know I'm going to adjourn?
you sounded like you were about to adjourn.
That is again editorializing.
Okay. But I have a third eye. There is a concern by the Senate President and myself. So, in the account, speaking of accounting, when they submit the reports to you or the brief to you, they will account for the 604 kilograms and then the 898 kilograms that was seized before. And what happened, and we want a report on what happened to the 1 ton of powder in MCLU 600-18801 na container na kasama dun sa 5 na laman daw nung 5 cylinders. Saan na napunta yung 1 ton na yon?
That was already stated because of my undying admiration for you. I already said that earlier. And the NBI, again, I reiterate. Order, please.
Thank you.
I again reiterate the admonition of the Blue Ribbon Committee that we have repeatedly asked you to follow up on the cases, and that we will now call the Secretary of Justice here so that he can report what is the disposition of the cases for drugs. And we'll call him also because we want to be sure that he is aware of the fact that if you lose any of the evidence, there are the penalties that are in the law for that. Third, we want to get a complete inventory of what has been collected there, and it must be taken from your report and from the report of what was left behind. And I wonder if you did that, if the so-called consolidators took some of them and sold them. That is not allowed because there is a crime has been committed and everything should have been taken. Everything. And if that was allowed, that is another offense that we are going to include under those who were responsible for this travesty. In addition to this, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee has asked the Bureau of Customs repeatedly to submit your list of personnel. Now I'm asking it again because your memory seems to be very sloppy. Selective, to be frank. Tulad yan, sa amin pa nanggagaling yung mga pangalan ng hinahanap ninyo. And you keep denying na hindi nyo maalala yon. Ilang kayong empleyado na tinanong namin na nasa taas na hindi nyo maalala yung mga pangalan ng mga hinahanap namin mga tao. At kami pa nagsusupply. We are not a police force. This is a Blue Ribbon Committee investigation, and we can easily, from what has been seen, we can already deduce and judge that a lot of malfeasance has been perpetrated upon our country. Misfeasance galore. Non-feasance is stupendously all over the place in customs. The very fact that these things happen is indicative of the very loose way we conduct our duties, especially in the customs area. To be sure, I will not say it's hard because I don't believe anything is hard if you really work hard on it. And so I would like to request, I would like to, I admonish you to present all those things that we ask from you. Mr. Maniago, I had a question for you. I will ask that at the next hearing. Please show up on time because we had to look for you. Now, in the meantime, since we have already finished with the Davao, yes.
Mr. Chairman, we haven't decided on Commissioner Fildon, just to remind the chairman.
Yes, if you want to, we can do that, but somebody requested that we do it
After the suspension.
after what I've heard. I am prone to declaring him in contempt because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm trying to be fair. This is a time upon which he can come here and answer all the allegations against him. He cannot go out of this committee and start casting aspersions on the accusations leveled against him. That is contemptible in my book. After having invited him, we will put him under contempt. We will have the USA arrest him if necessary, or ask the NBI to arrest him. That is my own thoughts on the matter. I do respect Captain Fildon. In my investigation so far, I have not seen a lot of evidence against him. But if I were him, when I say this in public, he should appear here. And those friends of yours, if he wants to protect his colleagues here, which is the duty of any commander, and that is laudatory, so long as they're doing right, then it is his time to come here. So Captain Gambala, please request, and also Mandy Anderson, please request Mr. Fildon. I wish we don't have to have him under contempt. But if he doesn't appear, I think the committee will be headed in that direction already. All right? We will have a executive session immediately after this.
Just to join the chairman in our disgust in the way this matter is being handled, both at the NBI, the PDEA, the customs. This war on drugs has caused the death of thousands of our countrymen, including children. And yet here we are, because of the corruption in the customs, because of the inefficiency and gross neglect of our officials, this drug menace is in our shores, in our country. And therefore I admonish our customs officials, our PDEA, our NBI, do your job, because people's lives are lost because of the corruption in your agencies, because of the neglect of duty, and as the chairman said, malfeasance all over the place. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Uh,
if I may.
yes, Mr. Balquiadra.
Your Honor, I would like for clarification and to inform the body, wala pa ho kaming knowledge na may formal appointment ho yung incoming Director General po.
Okay. So you're number 2.
No, Your Honor.
Who's number 2?
I was just invited as a resource
No, I'm asking who's number 2. Who's the deputy?
Mr. Chairman, the deputy who is the OIC now is ASEC Jesus Pajardo.
ASEC Jesus Pajardo.
Yes, Your Honor.
I hope he will not be a Panginoon who will not appear.
Mr.
So,
Chair.
pakisabi lang kay Panginoon Jesus dumating dito kung pwede.
Yes, Your Honor, I will do
Jesus
that.
Pajardo. Alright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, anyway, you're still around.
Mr. Chair, our OIC, Deputy Director Pardo, he's in the budget hearing at the House of Representatives.
That this will be on Monday.
Yes.
We will speed up the hearings here. This will be on Monday with the permission of everyone. Ping? Senator? Monday? Yeah.
Continuation of the 604 and the Tara privilege speech, Mr.
Yeah.
Chairman.
Yeah.
I have
Mr.
no
Chairman, I have many more questions, but when we finally cross over to the next issue, which is the TARA system and the BOC, then
I hope you would help me here a bit because I really join you on that. In fact, we talked about that eh. Pero nung tinawag natin si may sinabi siya na kaya nangyari yan dahil lumabas yung droga. So he had knowledge. He had knowledge. Where's Mr. Pinawin, by the way? Sit down there. Nadulas siya nga eh. Kaya nga napunta. Tapos si Senator Girone may question sa mga droga. Kaya with your permission,
I'm not actually objecting to the continuation.
I know that.
I'm just, I just manifested na pag finally nag-crossover that sa TARA, marami pa akong tanong.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But in the meantime, Mr. Chairman, I hope we can already excuse the Dabaweños.
Let me just after consulting with everybody here, I consulted Senate President Trilon, Senate President, Coco Pimentel, the Majority Floor Leader, Senator Lacson, Senator Aquino, Senator Trilon, may I consult you on the matter of contempt. The Chair orders Senator Captain Faldon in contempt and must report here at the next hearing on Monday. And this is Sergeant at Arms is ordered to make sure that he gets the information and that he is brought here on Monday. There are no objections? So ordered. In the meantime, yes.
Just to be clear, if he does not appear on Monday, having been declared in contempt, he can be taken into custody until he testifies.
That's correct.
Thank you.
That's correct. That's the intent. That's correct. So he's not going to be arrested, but if he does not appear on Monday, he will be arrested and brought here to the Blue Ribbon Committee. He will not entertain any defiance of the government here in this chamber. In the meantime, what was I going to say? There is a motion here. Is it a motion?
To excuse Vice Mayor Duterte and Tony Carpio at the next hearing.
Yeah.
Tapos na.
With our respect, according to Senator Lon, tapos na. The, much ado about, pinag-awayan pa namin kayo, pinapalabas na hindi ko kayo iniimbita. I just want to set the record, it was very, very clear in all the proceedings that I said, yes, you may do so. And that is very clear. And we thank you for coming here. And now, in as much as there's a motion to now dismiss you here, you may now do so with our thanks and our appreciation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Honorable Senators.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We thank you for your respect for the Senate and the Senate Blue Ribbon. Session is suspended until Monday at 9 o'clock.
Invited at a birthday? Monday. Birthday yung binigay.